Check, check, check. Let's try this again. I am unmuted now. I was not muted. The mic was never on. I guess that is muted. Actually, I'm just trying to be funny. Let's try that again. I did say a little intro because I do. I think I'm gonna do these things called. Well, I'm gonna repost them on Spot on a fuck. I gotta drink my coffee. Enough yapping. Anyway, let's start the day off. GWAR.
I can't kill you all with my bomb. New signs of doom. Thermonuclear, neutron bomb too. You say these devices must never be used. I say you're mistaken. Let's get to the fuse. Burn! Bring back the bomb! This is state policy by other means. Your life ends in terror. This is not the creed. This is the blasting of bloody steel beams. The bomb blows them backwards. There's no time to scream. And they tested the A-bomb. They had a real fear. The blast would destroy your sweet atmosphere. But far more important, as power increases, was wasting the planet in well-ordered pieces. Burn! Bring back the bomb! Burn! 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 Bring back the bomb! Bring back the bomb! It's been far too long. Summon the brazen war chariot. Bring back the bomb! What makes it so wrong? Release the beast, you can't bury it. Oh. Why should the fire be shared by so few? Let bombs explode, cause that's what they do. New Mecca, New York, the Vatican too. Give me a bomb, I'll drop it on you. Why stop it only two? You showed the world just what they can do. What a waste, not to destroy. Come play at war, man, and bring your best toy. Who gives a fuck about the nuclear war? Let bombs explode, cause that's what they're for. Last minute warning, the sirens they sing. Chaos, the reason, that's what we bring. Humans now look to the sky. You watch your missiles, yet they know no side. I guess it's always a lie. So grab us with both hands, it's your turn to die. Die, it's your turn to die. Die, it's your turn to die. Lies, they killed you with lies. Die, human, die! And while we're at it, let's go nuke Tibet. Let's vaporize the oceans with glee. Saving the whales, an agenda for some. Nuking them, sits well with me. Bang! Bring back the bomb! They know not what they do. Bang! Bring back the bomb! Bring back the bomb! It's been far too long. Summon the brazen war chariot. Bring back the bomb! What makes it so wrong? Crucify Judas Iscariot! Bring! Bring back the bomb! They know not what they do. Bring! Bring back the bomb! What makes it so wrong? Ah!
There we go. GWAR. Very excited to talk about them today. I need to get a little bit of Java in. All right, I didn't want that to play right there. But yeah, we got fun stuff to talk about today. I'm still setting some stuff up, so I kind of want to just keep playing music. I think I'm gonna. I was thinking about this yesterday. I'm gonna bring back the Big Red in the Morning vibes, the music vibes, I should say. I'm gonna bring back the music vibes because I thought it was a good time, and I do want to. I want to run this like a daily radio show.
Yo, my plug wearing Dolce and Gabbana. My plug look like Tito Santana. 100 on the arm, sweet scars. Last nigga came $1 short, got his 2 kids knocked off. I had to reset, Lord Father T-Mac, my whole team vicious. We live by codes of respect. Moral with a story, yo, you dying if you fuck with us. The work so good, we doubled up. Purple label button up, Desert Eagle to its gut. Where the fuck my money? Drive-bys, I cherry home feast, the claws of bummy. Virtual bags look like Riddler. Skipped in some Louis Clarks, think I was in Denmark, I can't remember. Pray to the highest, I'm the flyest. Free all my niggas, I was on the pound with the lifers. Some righteous, some knifers. My name in the Bible, Superfly God, I've been the nicest. All base of fish scale, I'm indecisive.
Check. The golden child with loads of style. You niggas still local, working in the Whole Foods aisle. Stocking shelves, I'm in Rome eating pasta shells. All these Roman pastas ain't hot, they pockets pop as hell. Doing bad, cause all the shit that they drop is stale. Run up a bag till my comrades is out the jail. It's ironic how these bars gave me freedom to do all the shit I want. The cameras flash when they see them, they think I'm a star. Nah, bitch, I'm the galaxy, the gavel me a China doll. For sure, this all master. 10,000 hours plus. Probably spent the same amount of time bagging up, making slaps, getting bucks, looking over my shoulders for rollers, trying to put me in cuffs. Locked in the county, getting buff, now we up. Canadian tucks, hopping out the GWAR truck. My PNC is the piece, don't get your cheek clapped up.
Welcome to Raw is
Superfly Guy.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Slav, chill. But not only sounds the same by cadence as well, I blame Action Bronson. Well, if you're gonna blame Action Bronson, you might want to blame Ghostface Killer. Because Action Bronson sounds like Ghostface Killer. I don't know how to talk. Action Bronson sounds like Ghostface Killer. Ooh, this is very funny. I'm gonna play this while we wait for Pat to get in here.
But dude, you're right, dude. Yeah, the infighting on most comedians I didn't understand. People sent me, there was a clip from Mark Maron where he like said something about me in his comedy special.
Yeah.
And it was like Theo would interview Hitler.
Right.
And I'm like, well, it's kind of crazy that you say that.
Well, he's dead, first of all. You can't.
Well, also, the Nelk Boys just interviewed him. So what are we even talking about?
All right, so Theo Von just had Andrew Santino on his podcast, and they addressed a lot of the drama and controversy that's happening in the comedy scene. And Andrew Santino is now calling for comedians to stop making fun of each other. You know, I think since he's been...
Well, that's not the solution. That's definitely not the solution. Honestly, I was like thinking about it the other day. I was like, I don't know if comedians like make fun. Like, I don't know if comedians make. Just the fuck up. God damn it. Sorry. You can't hear what's happening, but I was clicking on a link and it's being very loud. But no, comedians honestly don't. And you are not subscribed to Too Lazy to Try. Why? I don't know. Because I don't watch his shit all the time. I definitely watch his stuff, but this is also signed in on the Panties channel. But yeah, no, I don't. I mean, I don't watch his shit like that. Like, if it pops up and the thumbnail gets me, I'll watch it. But yeah, I don't. That's such a funny comment, and you're not subscribed to two. I know you're being funny, and you're not subscribed to Too Lazy to Try because I don't know, because I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. Sorry, I realized you were being funny. No, but yeah, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it yesterday. Comedians. Well, no, comedians need to be better at like calling each other out, but not in like a very like. The problem is comics do it now in a very serious way. Like we need to tease people more. Like that's all it is. We need like if someone's acting up, you need to bust their balls. Like fuck. Like where's the fucking clip? I just saw someone repost it. DeRosa, Chris, DeStefano, Poor. Yeah. This is all that needs to happen.
I'm going to start to try to practice poverty.
And I like Chris DeStefano. I'm not shitting on him. I mean, maybe I'm even being a pussy right now. But no, this is all that needs to happen more.
Once or twice a month. What I mean by that is not going crazy living on the street. I'm just to be more appreciative of what I have is to go, instead of driving in, take the ferry, take the 2 buses, sit coach flying to, a city. The opportunity.
I just heard Chris talking about this in the other room.
You just walked in like Kramer. I didn't even know you were here.
Fucking pig. Did you just say you're going to practice poverty by flying coach and riding the subway? You just described my regular life. And you called it poverty. That's insane.
I can't believe I described DeRosa's life when I was trying to make a philosophical point.
Yeah, no, that's all that needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's all I think the problem is comics don't do stuff like that anymore. Or not as much. I honestly I don't know if Panties was a good example because I don't even know if Hollywood Nate is fair. Like Lemaire was being a little bit over the top with the Hollywood Nate stuff, but it was just a fun thing to do because it's like, I don't know, ever since it's just fun to fuck with Nate. But no, it's like I think comics need to do a better job of like keeping each other on their toes, but like directly to each other's face. That's the problem. Is like a lot of these comics that are like a dude like Mark Maron, he's popping off like that because he doesn't have any. And I'm not saying this to be shitty. I'm just like I almost feel bad for him. But like a dude like Mark Maron, he's popping off and saying the shit he's saying because he has no good friends close to him to be like, hey man, you're being a dork. You know what I mean? Because like, yeah. That's all it is. It's just someone needs a DeRosa. Someone needs a DeRosa to come in and just, fucking just be like, the fuck did you just say? Shut the fuck up. That's what you need. That's the problem with a lot of these comics don't have any like genuine real friends. That just like you need This is why it's like, I don't know, man. I feel like for the long-term health of a comedian, it's like start off in a small town, move to a small city, and then move to one of the big cities. Cause it's like you need to. This is what happens when podcasts don't have hecklers. No. Slav, how are you the dumbest guy ever? I love you, buddy, but that's the stupidest comment. Podcasts don't. No. I'm saying podcasters need good friends. Podcasts don't need hecklers, you dumb shit. All podcasts now have to be no, they don't. Honestly, I think podcasts are, well, depending on the podcast, but like a podcast is actually better with like just the crew. This is the whole reason rappers diss each other. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that at all. Honestly, sometimes the rappers dissing each other just becomes a lot. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying, because like rappers dissing each other is not friendship. Like I'm talking about friendship. Like, get friends when you're brand new and you don't, like, get good friends when you're brand new and you don't have anything to offer anyone. You know, you're just a bunch of drunk idiots at a fucking bar trying to make a bunch of strangers laugh. It's not honestly, rap beef is kind of far from what I'm talking about, cuz like rap beef doesn't keep people in check. It just, okay, who could say the most clever poem that week over a beat. No friends when you're rich and a rapper. I mean, that's not true either. I mean, but also it's just, that's why dudes keep around their like day ones and shit. You know what I mean? It's just, if you didn't get that coming up, it is harder. But yeah, it's just this. I don't know how else to explain it, but you just need someone like DeRosa coming. You like, the problem is, a lot of these comics who act like this, they don't have that friend that's willing to come through the door and just go, "The fuck did you just say?" And yeah, the Santino thing's interesting to me. The Santino thing's interesting to me because, how do I put this? Because I don't like, I mean, him fucking co-signing the Mark Maron shit was kind of cringy. Like, I got to keep it up, because that's like, I like Santino, but you know, that shit with Mark Maron on this podcast, it was like, ew, god damn, you know what I mean? Especially too when it's like, he was one of those dudes that was happy to, like, you did Rogan a couple times. You were Rogan's best friend, all that shit. And then you're doing this, you know what I mean? And then it's like, when you watch the clip of like why he's shitting on Austin or why he's mad at all that stuff, it's just like, you'll co-sign Mark Maron's thing that's clearly just based off shit swirling around. It's clearly just based off butthurtedness and made up shit in his head and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's clearly based off that, because we talked about that a while before. Like, all the stuff he was like, and it's very similar to where it's like, it goes hand in hand with all the like critiques of Austin. It's not that there's nothing. It's not that Austin's a perfect, beautiful comedy mecca. There's good things, there's bad things about Austin. It's just been like, it's been making me laugh that every time I see a breakdown or an analysis of Austin, I just go like, man, that city sounds crazy. I wonder if it's anything like Austin. You know what I mean? Like, or whatever. I messed that joke up. You know what I'm trying to say though, is like, it always just, because it's like, it's just funny from my vantage point, because it's like, I'm not past at the mothership, but I've been around the mothership a bunch, and I know a bunch of people past at the mothership, and they tell me, you know, I have my firsthand experience. I've been in the green room a couple times. Like, even that, and I fuck with Callahan a lot, but even that like Andrew Callahan story where he's talking about the green room, that wasn't even like 100% right. I was like, I mean, maybe there's an elevator. He was talking about some elevator. Maybe there's like an elevator I don't know about, but I've gone into the green room a handful of times, and like, you know, there's never been an elevator, and I've never seen like celebrities pop out of some fucking elevator. And then he's talking about the general vibe in there and stuff. And like, it's just interesting. It's just interesting. Ah, shit. 1 second, guys. I got to phone.
Getting backlash for doing the Riyadh Comedy Festival, and Schultz put him on blast recently and is trying to cause shit between him and Rogan. Santino's now trying to de-escalate things and get everybody to chill out, because during this podcast he's like, I hate seeing comedians taking shots at each other. I just don't get why they do it. But he was one of those comedians making jokes about and criticizing the Rogan sphere, and had Mark Maron on and let him go off, which I think he probably knew would upset Rogan and possibly Theo too, because that joke from Maron's special about Theo was getting a lot of attention.
I don't really think I'm on his radar. So
something tells me you are.
Oh yeah,
something tells me you are.
So Santino's really good at playing both sides, but I think now the Schultz drama and the Riyadh Comedy Festival backlash scared him straight, because it sounds like he's probably done saying anything bad about the Rogan sphere anymore, and he's calling for a comedy ceasefire. He thinks the attacks have gone too far, which is funny because when comedians were going after the Rogan sphere, he'd egg it on and participate in it. But now that those same comedians are calling out people that went to Riyadh, he thinks they need to chill. Also, I think...
All right, sorry about that. I had a phone call. But yeah, what was I talking about, guys? Yeah, a lot of the Austin stuff. DeRosa will call you a bundle of sticks to your face while wiping off warm fresh from his while sucking off a trans in the back of Skankfest. Yeah, DeRosa's cool. You were asking about we need Andy to get big enough to pay all of our rents to you ain't in the fucking posse. What the fuck are you talking about? Yes, podcasters don't shoot each other up enough like rappers. That is also another huge problem. We're not shooting each other in the chest enough. You were asking, by the way, someone was asking something about DeRosa. Oh yeah, Andy, any inside scoop on when DeRosa is opening Jody Rose's down here? I haven't heard anything. I believe, I don't know if this is just rumors or people talking, or like, I don't know if it's just like wishful thinking, but I don't know if it's just wishful thinking, but I heard people saying I think he wants to do a Joey Rose's down here, which I would fucking love, because it would be good sandwiches at a reasonable price. So I would love that. I would love that. Anyway, Pat. Oh, he's seen the link. Okay. Pat, again, Pat's favorite thing to do. You want to start around 10? All right. Well, it's 10:15 and I have yet to be here. Which I'm not having fun talking about this, but you know, it's like, what the fuck's your fucking problem, you stupid four-eyed piece of shit? You fucking ugly bitch. No. No, but the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, I hope he opens the Joey Rose's down here. I think that's like the plan from what I've gathered of people talking, but I've never heard anything like concrete about plans. Austin as a comedy scene would be fine if it didn't take itself too seriously. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't even like, that's not even fair. Like I don't know. I mean, you live here, so you have more firsthand experience, but I think that's just like a thing to say, because it's like this is like the third or fourth comedy scene I've been in, and it doesn't feel too much different than any other one. That's the big scoop on the comedy scene. It doesn't feel too different. It doesn't feel too different than any other comedy scene. That's like the big fucking scoop. But yeah. Yeah, no, I was just what was I saying before?
Podcast, he's like, I hate seeing comedians taking shots at each other. I just don't get why they do it. But he was one of those comedians making jokes about and criticizing the Rogan sphere, and had Mark Maron on and let him go off, which I think he probably knew would upset Rogan and possibly Theo too, because that joke from Maron's special about Theo was getting a lot of attention.
I don't really think I'm on his radar. So
something tells me you are.
Oh yeah,
something tells me you are.
So Santino's really good at playing both sides, but I think now the Schultz drama and the Riyadh Comedy Festival backlash scared him straight, because it sounds like he's probably done saying anything bad about the Rogan sphere anymore, and he's calling for a comedy ceasefire. He thinks the attacks have gone too far, which is funny because when comedians were going after the Rogan sphere, he'd egg it on and participate in it. But now that those same comedians are calling out people that went to Riyadh, he thinks they need to chill. Also, I think he's probably nervous about Schultz calling him out too, because that got pretty serious. You know, Schultz was trying to start shit between him and Rogan and him and Bobby Lee. So now he's trying to backtrack a little bit. And
Oh yeah,
like,
that one did make me laugh because I was listening to, and I'm a bit. I say this as a big fan of Schultz. I was watching that clip where I was watching that clip, or I was listening to Schultz on Rogan, and he was like, Schultz knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? It's like the way he up front of his, like the way he at the top of his Rogan brings up bad friends. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm not even hating on it. I kind of respect it to a degree, but that shit always makes me laugh. I was like, I see that and I'm like, yeah, Schultz knows what he's doing. It's so funny to me. But yeah.
Like, he would never take shots at other comedians. I mean, he's like, I just don't understand it. I don't know why they do it. You know, it's an odd move to attack other comedians. But not too long ago, he was kind of doing that. I mean, you'd say he's just busting balls and it's not that serious, but you'd say that about the other comedians as well. Also, he knew joking about the Rogan sphere like this would obviously touch a nerve, because all the political stuff and interviewing Trump backfired, so they're really sensitive about it now. Like,
yeah, I gotta be honest, dude. The way that there he is. There he is. Guys and gals, we have a very special treat for you. We've secured a very important guest. I'm really proud to announce, guys, we got him. It's Pat George. Everyone, happy Pat George Saturday. We were just watching, just comedy beef, dude. People aren't happy with each other, brother.
Why not? What happened?
I don't know. I think it's because no one has any real friends to tell them that they're fucking gay.
Yeah, I also
Like,
think, I think a lot of people suck. A lot of people that are in the public eye kind of suck in general, and I think everybody gets a real big pass. But I don't even know who you're talking about. I'm just making.
Well, I basically, well, if you're talking in entertainment about people who are gay as fuck, I mean, you're gonna you can throw a small ass stone and hit someone.
Oh yeah.
No, I was just saying, like, I was watching some clip where they were like, comedians have to hold each other more accountable, and it's like, no, we don't, because we're all a bunch of
fuck up.
We're all
we don't.
We're all a bunch of fucking retards, and it's like it's just funny that people always go to comedians. They're like, oh, you actually got that wrong. You're like, yeah, dude, I get most of it wrong.
Yeah.
It's not that we need to hold comedians accountable. We need this moment needs to happen more often.
I'm going to start to try to practice poverty once or twice a month. What I mean by that is not going crazy living on the street. I'm just to be more appreciative of what I have is to go, instead of driving in, take the ferry, take the 2 buses, sit coach flying to, a city. The opportunity.
I just heard Chris talking about this in the other room.
You just walked in like Kramer. I didn't even know you were here.
Fucking pig. Did you just say you're going to practice poverty by flying coach and riding the subway? You just described my regular life. He called it poverty. Insane.
I can't believe I described DeRosa's life when I was trying to make a philosophical point.
Yeah, dude. It's not that we need to hold comedians accountable. It's just I don't think enough when your friend's acting like a Frieza, not enough people come out and go, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, brother, it's nuts. Like I just
no one has real friends. Sorry.
No, that's what it's a weird thing because it's like just in general, like people online, people in general online just don't get checked in general when they say crazy shit.
Yeah.
Most times. But like I think for the most part, takes and things, everybody's just kind of out of opinions.
Yeah, dude,
Everybody's just getting to a point where they're like, how can I do this? And also just being actually that separated from the actual real life or everyday routines, or like shopping, like you said, shopping for yourselves, or
everyone's out
flying coach or anything like that, where you're just going, well, this is just my reality now. And it's like, no, fuck these guys.
It's
You
funny.
sound like a dumbass.
Everyone's out of takes. It's like you know, my favorite bit. It's like the subway takes guy. It's like, so what's your take? And it's just me going, I'm gonna kill everyone on this train. Strongly agree.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's not that it's if you get into podcasting because you think you should, then I think you're doing it for the wrong reason. Like I'm saying, like,
you're like, I gotta save the world.
Or no, like, even like just in general, like, no, this is a good way to advertise or do this other thing. It's like, those are the people that I do at least appreciate, that are like that they're saying that's what it is. But people that are having like a conversational podcast that's not like this, like them, it's kind of a thing of like, after a while, it's just two millionaires talking to each other. And the kind of does get to that point where, like, if you're not, and also I also have seen this a lot, where like a comic or a performer gets to a point in their career where they don't want to, they just change. Maybe they grow, maybe you can call it growth, but they just change to where they're like, I don't want to say the crazy thing that I know is funny, that I know is a joke, that every other time I've ever said it has always been a joke, because it could possibly hurt my chances of bettering my career. It's great for their family, for their bank account, and for everything else. But for like comedy and podcasting, it just makes everything really fucking vanilla. And when something like this happens, where it's like, this should be kind of normal, people should like kind of talk shit to each other one way or another. Like, I don't know. No, I mean, you should be able to get mad at your friends. You should be able to get angry and argue with your friends.
I mean, we better be able to, or else I got nothing to do.
Yeah. And that's the thing is it's the reason I love doing podcasts, and the reason I've always wanted to do podcasts, is because I've always been a fan of radio, talk radio, takes, opinions, things like that. So like, I'm a person who not only is somebody that's pursuing stand-up comedy, but I'm also just as focused on like broadcasting and interviewing and talking, and not always having, just being open to talk about shit. Like, I don't know, it is somewhat of a skill, and like, and if you just get into it just to be like, well, it's my job, I'm gonna do this, gotta say my dates, get some sponsorship money and blah blah blah, it's good for the career. But then once it gets to the point where you're like, you're gonna censor yourself at it's podcasts were supposed to be the thing that you could say anything on all the time, no matter what.
Well, it's like a weird thing for a lot of people. You see it a lot with me, Andy Malfrina, TikTok influencer.
Obviously,
but it's one of the funniest things on TikTok, where these people, they get really popular because their TikTok is like a hyper specific thing involving their like day job.
Yeah.
And then people go, I love that. There was actually this dude, I forget his fucking name, but this dude, he got completely butt fucked for it, because his whole thing on TikTok was like, normalize the norm. He's like, I actually, which again is always hilarious to me, the whole like, guys, it's okay to have a regular job and a normal family. It's like, yeah, dickhead. Like, you don't all have to be celebrities. It actually kind of seems like, it's like, besides the money, being a celebrity kind of sucks ass.
I don't think comics should be celebrities, personally.
But no, here. But the thing I was saying though is like, it's like his whole thing was like, normalize the norm, and he got huge on TikTok, and then he just quit his day job, and he's like, I'm gonna be an influencer the whole time. And it's like, well, your content was, look at me during my 9 to 5, or look at me get ready for work, or this is what I do after work.
And look at me.
Yeah. Well, no, but the thing is, it's like, his content was, I'm at a regular day job and this is chill. And then he finally made a shit ton of money doing that, so he quit his day job, and everyone was like, oh, we watched you because of the day job thing. So it is this like weird thing where people put themselves in this pocket because they can do it, and then they get big, and then they go, well, I don't want to do that anymore, and then people will just be like, well, I don't have anything for you then.
Yeah.
And it becomes this weird thing where people almost and then like with the podcasting and stuff, that you see a lot of people get successful and they like do the podcasting, and then you can tell, well, some of them just stop doing it, but others you can tell they're like, oh, you've reached the point where you don't want to do this anymore, but you do it because this is the thing that kind of got you on.
Yeah. It is strange. Yeah, I kind of feel like, I don't know, there's something about Andy that I just love. Something about
Dude, hit me with a good old something about.
There's something about just tearing down everything you've built in the name of continuing to build. Like it's like there's like a point where like self-sabotage is a career move. You know what I mean? Like you see it, and it's,
I don't know what you mean. Explain.
It's in the sense of like a famous Zionist Howard Stern. He's somebody who got to a point where he, like, the way he was doing it, he gets to a huge point in like NBC, like one of the best markets in the world. It's super competitive, all this other shit. But then, like, instead of doing what he should do, what his bosses are telling him what to do, he does what he thinks he should do, gets fired, but that actually helps him more. Do you know what I'm saying?
He got fired?
Yeah, multiple times. Like
for what?
I don't,
he's just talking about the weather, right?
Sexual assault,
Howard, you're putting too many pussies on the stereos.
Defaming people, but then the guy he was feuding with got fired for saying nappy-headed hose. So it's weird, but but like there's like plenty of times where like, but then it even happens to him where even he gets to a point. Hit the past like 5 or 10 years. I don't even know. Actually, I'm not a huge day-to-day.
It's actually been what you're talking about, him getting like just completely just lame as fuck.
Now it's just a boring show where he just comes up and he's just like, hey, what are you doing? And what? And it's just like you're not interesting. The things you were doing, the choices you made, the thing that you did something that was different from everybody else. Then you become everybody else. You're not in, like, that's the thing. It's got to you have to continue to grow. Like if
he did a thing where, I mean, he's been trying to backpedal on his, where he started for a while now. There's actually a really good documentary series called I think it's by the same people who did Dark Side of the Ring, but it's like
I remember
Dark Side of the 90s, Dark Side of the 2000s. And they did 2 episodes about Opie and Anthony and Howard Stern.
Yeah.
And like the Opie and Anthony stuff was, these guys are just a bunch of jerks. And Howard Stern stuff was like, this guy's an evil person. He's a demon.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. And as a fan who loves, I grew up listening to O&A. You guys know I'm a big fan of Legion of Skanks, all that stuff. There was some of the Howard Stern stuff where I was like, oh, this dude's like an evil guy. Yeah. And I genuinely think, and I'm glad you brought up Howard Stern, because this kind of correlates with a thing I've been thinking about like, because I was like, why does like every artist or artistic adjacent or whatever, like all these people, like once they get success or just towards the end of their like career span, the end chunk a lot of times just sucks ass.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times is because, and Howard Stern's a big example, I think they're way too focused on where they want to go, which I mean is an important thing because that keeps you motivated and stuff. But I think they focus more on the destination of where they want to be versus like actually every time they go to do a thing, like, let's just pump out the good shit. Let's just pump out the good shit. And I think the reason Howard Stern's a great example is he was always focused on he clearly was just like, I want to be the biggest. He's like, I want to be a big celebrity and the biggest name ever. And so for the longest time, that just meant doing the crazy shock jock stuff was the best. And I think like that stuff was so popular because it wasn't there was no visuals added onto it. So it's like you didn't actually see how awful like all the stuff was.
Yeah.
But then over time, people's sensibilities changed. people's sensibilities changed, and they were like, yo, Howard Stern, you're kind of like a piece of shit. And I think like that's like the time he adjusted, and he was like, oh, I can't be rich and famous doing this. I have to adjust. I have to go on The Voice or whatever, or America's Got Talent, whichever one he fucking did. Dude, he literally did like apology tours of like, I'm so sorry for existing tours and stuff like that. Because Howard Stern's a guy who is focused on being famous and being rich.
Right.
And it's like, it kind of goes back to, we talk about this on Drag the Lake a lot, where the stuff that sucks the most ass is when you get a little too much capitalism in the production process. And it's like the production process should just be, let's be creative and what's good. And then when you're done, then you can fucking douse it with capitalism and try to make money off of it and sell it. And like Howard Stern is, you know, he thinks too much about the money making in the process of the creative endeavor.
Yeah, I think it's like the video you sent me where
you watch that.
Yeah, well, I mean, most of it. I mean, it's kind of boring. but
really?
It's all, yeah, I mean, just because
it was
it's also
fascinating. What are you talking about?
Well, because it was one of those things that like it's something that I had already suspected anyway, of them being like, where they said like that one company just buys up all of those radio stations, and then they go, all right, we're gonna have one guy be the program director. And then the fact that payola never really ended was like one of those things where I'm like, yeah, it all makes sense to say like, it's like how we talk about the government of like saying like you're not going to stop doing shady shit. You're just going to figure out ways to make it look like the shady shit you're doing is legitimate. But the whole time you're just getting fed bullshit. Like, I mean, we both knew. I mean, I from an early age was like, the radio fucking sucks. Like, I hated the radio because it was like they literally never play anything that I like really love. They play the same bullshit, and it's on every goddamn station, and it's nuts. So like that got to a point where it wasn't, maybe I wasn't thinking like, oh, this is a scam. I just thought like the radio was bullshit in all around. And then even when like Sirius happens and shit like that, where I'm like, why are you still playing this shit? Like, I understand that like if Elton John's a great performer, John Lennon, the Beatles, all this other shit. And we've always talked about like
same thing though,
because you play the same fucking songs, but they have so many other songs. If you're gonna be something different, play, we love this artist, dude. I don't have to play the hits anymore. Play something else.
I remember when I used to listen to the radio more regularly. I remember it got to a point where I go like, guys, I don't know how many times you can play Under the Fucking Bridge.
Yeah,
like Santeria. That's why I think people think Sublime sucks ass. It's not because they actually suck. It's because you heard them too many times.
You heard the same 4 songs 700,000 fucking times, and you're like, oh, they suck. They're just those. No, there are more songs, but and then when they go like in St. Pete, there was 97X, the new rock alternative. And you go, whoa, here we go. And you go, oh, it's these 7 songs. Okay, yeah. It's 7 new songs, but it's those 7 songs over. And then even that got to a point where I'm like, even the thing they were saying was like, we're gonna play punk and alternative, and I'm like, what the fuck? And they're like, Green Day, and you're like,
yeah. Here, wait. The reason I was surprised you thought it was boring, is just because. Like, it's one thing to go like, yeah, this is what I suspected, but also in the same breath, it's like to actually have very clear confirmation is wild to me. And I got to be honest, it tickled my fancy for that guy to just over and over again to just be like, yeah, this one government regulation ruined music.
Yeah,
because basically what we're talking about is we should have gave context earlier, but what I sent Pat this video where this dude was talking about it was like the Communications and something or other act of like 1996 that Bill Clinton passed, basically made radio suck ass. But I forget exactly how it went, but it went from like, it just created this broad uniformity to all of mainstream radio, and it made it like very stale. And it was crazy the splinter effect that it caused to actual like pop music, because it's like if you have this one thing, that's the thing. It's like the when you look at this, the incentives of it all make sense. It's all you're all like sitting there. Why is this happening? But then if you look at like the root effect, the incentives start to make sense. Where it's like it starts off stale, so now you're gonna force music to get more stale so they can adjust to this fucking thing. And so that part was fascinating to me. The payola thing was actually not as, because that to me, I just go, that's just gonna be there. You know what I mean? Like that's just grease and palms. Honestly, like stuff like that to me, when people talk about payola and shit like that, that always comes off as like a little bit of like, it's like, I don't know, if like a distraction or not even necessarily like that interesting of a conversation, because like I said, that to me is just grease and palms. And that's gonna happen.
Everything,
yeah, that's gonna happen no matter what. It's just fascinating that like it's crazy because dude, like and I was just watching it being like, oh my God, we could have lived in such a better world, because that's like a big thing. I kind of do it off and on when I do these like Big Red in the Morning streams, because it's just, it's just hard, because it's like, I like to lean into YouTube, but YouTube gets fucking annoying about the music. And it's like, I try to put these out to everywhere so I can have like a wider range. And it's like, not everyone's going to go to Twitch, but it's like, I really want to just do like this, like you're talking about, I want to do talk radio, but I also just want to do like a music show at the same time. Just the same thing where if you throw your radio on the middle of the day, they'd play some tunes, talk about the news, things like that. But it's just like, it's been hard to find the perfect groove because all these websites are so limiting and shit like that. So then to like, because that's been like a thing I've wanted for so long, but there's just been no proper outlet that I can have that in. So then to hear this, to watch that YouTube video and just go like, it could have been a more beautiful world for you, Andy. Like it's like I watched that video going like, they stole so much from me, because it's like, I just see that like this thing I've been needing this whole time could have been there. And I know it's not that simple, but still, like that was like my reaction to it. Cause dude, there were so many like fascinating things in it where you would get this shit where it's like, oh, we have a new artist that's not necessarily popping off, but oh, wait a minute, they're popping off in Seattle. So let's go push in Seattle. And let's go push some stuff in Seattle. And it's like, you would then create this like more organic growth to an artist, and it would just make music so much more interesting and shit like that. But yeah, man, I don't know. Fuck the government.
It just sucks that like when you have, like you said, like that shit like payola is gonna happen, like and something like, I feel like minimalizing it to just greasing it makes sense. I know what you're talking about. Like it's a thing of like you want to incentivize people and everything, but like the thing that bothers me is when they say they do away with shit like that, and then they just figure out, like, because they did the same thing with like medical reps or like pharmaceutical reps or anybody. You're not allowed to wine and dine and like take doctors out to dinner and give them gifts and stuff like that to try to get them to buy your pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
But they still do it. Like I remember like hearing about that, and then like talking to somebody that I was working with back in Florida, and like they'd say like, oh yeah, we got this for them, we're sending this over, we do. And it's like, I thought you're not supposed to do that. And they're like, well, but they had a way to explain it to where it wasn't that, it's something else now. And it's like, oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm so glad that it's not corrupt anymore. And not only that, but the money and time you wasted to write up that fucking phony law, the phony bill, the workaround, whatever it is. And it's like, you're just wasting so much time and money to do bullshit to make things ultimately, and you're not doing it for the thing. You can't, anytime the government gets involved in the arts, it makes me want to fucking scream, because it's like, just stop. You're not artistic in anything.
Yeah.
You should not be involved with the arts in any way.
Yeah. I think the best type of art is when you get a group of 10 people and they discuss it for a while.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with
that's definitely it.
the thing with payola and like stuff like that, or like you were saying where they were like they're bribing medical reps and shit like that, is like you're always gonna have a process to schmooze. You know what I mean? You're always gonna have a process to schmooze. So it's like no matter what it's like when people talk about like, get money out of politics. So they'll be like, they'll just go, oh, you can only have this much of, you can only have this much of a campaign donation. So people go, okay, all right, so I'll donate this to them. And I just, out of the goodness of my heart, I'll donate a whole bunch to their nonprofit foundation and shit like that. And so, like, to me, the solution is like, well, those people are too powerful, because it's like you're never going to avoid palms getting greased. But what you can do is not give those people so much power, so there's not so much power to incentivize to like to grease palm, or there's not so much incentive to grease palms. You know what I mean? So, and I think with, the fact that like with that Communications Act where they give those radio stations so much power is like what initially was just a small little thing of like, hey, you guys want these fucking buffet coupons and you play my band a couple times, or I'll give you some tickets to the show tonight.
Yeah.
It turns into a much bigger thing when you centralize the power to these like few radio stations and shit like that.
Yeah, when it's really terrible to think that we elect people into power and then we have to answer to them. That doesn't, you realize that doesn't make any sense, right?
No. They work for us, Pat.
Right. That's why they make all those laws that we have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we put them in power and then we go like, okay, we'll do anything you say now. Like, no, we put you in power. Like, that's the thing is you should at least keep the mindset of like, if you elect a politician and then the politician is doing things you don't like, you don't have to do those. You can just get them out of politics. Go take them out of politics.
Yeah.
Like, go elect them out or vote them out or fucking whatever that shit is. That's the stuff that I feel like people, when they talk about how local politics are so much more important, that's when you can snuff this shit out, where this fucking, local guy doesn't eventually get to a higher level, because that's what it is. They all start at some elected level usually and then work their way up. So that's the important thing is elect them. Yeah, sure. Vote in local politics, but then hold them accountable then.
That's the thing. That's the thing. There's like, even in local politics, there's not always the best mechanisms to hold people accountable.
Yeah. So like if you elect a mayor in, like everybody goes, okay, we think you should be the guy. We're all going to say that you are allowed to be mayor. And then he does. And then he declares martial law. You can't fight that. It's like one of those things where you're like, that's the thing we need to fix. That's the shit that we need to do is like, you are hired. You are our employee. You work for us. If we don't like you, we should be able to fire you. That's the thing that needs to happen.
Yeah, but that's the problem is that's not what it is. That's how everyone gets tricked into running the system, where it's like it's government for the people by the people, and it's like, all right, well, I have these concerns, and it's like I don't care. So
you're not a person anymore. You're my constituent. And it's like, oh, cool, nice, all right. Anyway.
Well, no, I mean that's the benefit. That's the benefit of a private business. You know what I mean? Like if you're mad at the government, you can fucking cry and hope someone gives a shit. Yeah. Or if you're mad at Chipotle, one dude can make a TikTok and immediately the burritos get beefier. You know what I'm saying? And people kind of roll their eyes at that, but it happened with fucking Domino's. It happened with Domino's. Domino's had two people make videos of like, this is how we fuck with our food. And ever since then, it's been a full force, because there's consequences. That's the thing. There's no consequences if the government fucks up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if the government fucks up, honestly, a lot of times they get fucking raises or they get promotions. I just watched it with we've been watching it a bunch on stream, but Tucker Carlson's got this amazing like 5-part 9/11 documentary, and at the very end, he goes like, all these people lied us into war, knew about it beforehand, saw all the red flags. Every single one of them got promotions and shit like that. And it's just like, yeah, because there's no fucking accountability over there.
Doing a heck of a job, Bernie.
Yeah. So I'm ready to yap my fucking face off with you, brother, but I gotta crush a little piss. Do you mind talking to the kiddos for me real quick?
Gross.
Be right back.
It's just you and me, guys. Hey, no, I think in general, like government and in any kind of thing, like the FCC shit after the Janet Jackson titty, any of that other stuff, like they overcorrect, and then again, and it never really seems to swing back in the other way. But like that's where podcasting, like the answer to the FCC thing, I feel like was part of, not completely. It's I don't think like it's a direct correlation, but I think it's like a butterfly flapping its wings type thing. Like the FCC cracks down on radio, starts doling out fine. It's crazy too. I've heard about it, and that's from what's his face, Jim Norton. If you got a violation, it would be the fine for the violation, which was like 25 or 250. It's some crazy amount of money for the fine of like FCC violation, and you would get that fine for every affiliate on that the show was. So like every market that the show was played in is it equals to how many fines you would get. So it wouldn't just be like, oh, I cursed, so now I have a $250,000 fine. It was $250,000 for every broadcast or every station that was broadcast on, which is nuts.
Are you talking about the video?
Well, I'm saying about FCC violate after the titty gate, after Janet Jackson's titty, the FCC like super duper cracked down on like everything, on all media.
Dude,
so like the radio stations, that's what happened with like Opie and Anthony and stuff like that, where like I remember hearing about like if you got a violation, you would get the fine for every affiliate that you were on, but then you would also, you could get suspended, blah, blah, blah. And I think that indirectly is what led to podcasting, because it was a thing where you're like, oh no, it's back to normal. You don't have that regulation anymore. But we're building it, and we're legitimizing the art form so much so that now they're going to stick their dick in it, and we're not going to be able to get it out. So
I don't think that's what led to podcasting. I think podcasting was inevitable, but I think that is what led to podcasting being the clearly preferred medium.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're gonna try to stick their dick. That's the nature of anything with the government, is they try to stick their dick in anything. It's just people need to. It's like how you had that fucking, after what was the movie we watched? If you had the realization that you're like, the government's just the fucking mob. It's like more people need to, The Aviator, after we watched that, where it's like more people need to fucking realize that, and then you can, like I always say, for the best place to start is just never give them the benefit of the doubt, because they don't deserve it. They have not earned the benefit of the doubt. I just wanted to. Slav loves making stupid comments that trigger me, but I was talking about the 9/11 doc. Slav, sorry, I'm just gonna let myself get triggered real quick. Not a single thing Tucker Carlson has said in his 9/11 doc is new and has been general knowledge for the last 15 years. To you, I just wanted to address that, because I've seen people talk about that all the time. Like, I got into an argument on Twitter one time with this dude who was shitting on the Showtime Waco documentary, or not documentary, the like Waco TV show that shifted into like a thing about OKC. And like people who are deep into the shit, they get mad and autistic because they're just like, well, this isn't 100% right. This isn't 100% accurate. People have known this already. And it's like, when you're deep into the shit, you lose context of how many people don't actually fucking know about most of this stuff. And for Tucker Carlson to put out, what was it, like 5 30-minute, very clear and concise documentaries about this. I'm not trying to fucking jerk the dude off or nothing, but like to put out 5 like half-hour, very clear, concise breakdowns of these like 5 specific aspects of 9/11 is super helpful, because there's a guy who's like kind of into it, but he doesn't care enough to like watch a fucking 4-hour documentary of a dude with shitty clip art dryly explaining why the fucking building was a controlled demolition. Like, most people don't want to sit and talk about that. So if some dude like Tucker Carlson gets his people to like edit up and put it out in a very clear, interesting way that is easy to digest, that's a fucking A+ situation in my book. So never take. I just wanted to say that because it's like never take that shit for granted. Stuff like that is dope.
I'm on Slav's side.
All right. Well, I mean, he's got real Florida.
I'll do it for you.
What?
I said I'll do it for you.
Do what?
I took me out of the picture.
Oh no, you can stay in here. I wanted to say mean things to you. Why would I want you to go? I wanted you to
wait.
No, I was gonna say, Slav's behavior is very on par with your Florida upbringing. So you guys would make sense together. I hope you're very happy together.
I think we are already.
Hell yeah. What do you want to talk about?
We can do either one. Actually, I did have something that I wanted to bring up. I think I had this ready last time. I think it's, as far as I know, it's still going. It's crazy.
What's up?
And I guess it's probably more No More Heroes than it would be Drag the Lake. But let me pull it up here. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. Make this big so I can see it. Okay. So yeah, I saw this. This is from UFC Vancouver. And I don't know if you've heard this or not. But there's a police investigation for this guy has a picture of like a hostage. And like during what's his face? Jake Allen? No, Jake Allen's goalie. Brendan Allen's
Jake Gyllenhaal.
His entrance, somebody just held out their cell phone, and it's like somebody laying on a table with like blood in their mouth here. It looks like they're being held hostage. And it says police investigating man who showed a photo of what appears to be someone being held against their will during the walkouts of the main event. The police are investigating this.
Can you zoom out?
Yeah.
I just want to say, so that's what it looked like.
Like
that's
that was
what it looked like on the broadcast.
Yeah. I didn't notice this when I was watching it. I didn't see the walkouts, but this is nuts. Like I don't even know. Like I believe it's
real.
Yeah. It's an ongoing story too. Like it's nuts. Like it's Vancouver. So like I don't know. They obviously take, they'll fucking put you in jail for tweets. So like I feel like there's like an actual real investigation. Also, wouldn't that be fucking crazy if this ended up turning out to be anything for real?
Yeah.
Are you doing a Goog?
I'm just so I'm not trying to. Okay. Yeah. No, because like when you know what it is? It's with the fucking I almost said AFI. With AI and shit. The second I see something like that, it's not even that it looked fake. It's that I go, that could be easily faked. And then I immediately, it's like, so it's not even you. It's just the nature of the shitty world we live in right now. But yeah, no, I Googled UFC hostage Vancouver and a bunch of shit fucking popped up.
It's nuts, dude. It's like, if this actually leads to, first of all, what if that was somebody that they were like they were one of somebody else that was also held hostage, escaped, ended up at this UFC event, and they're like, I know what to do. I'll show it on TV. Or the dumbass bragging and just being like, oh, I'm going to get off on this.
Yeah, that's also the reason I was like, is this fake? Because it doesn't make, I was like, the method, because it's like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why are you doing that? Because if you're concerned about it,
if it's a hostage,
there's way easier ways to to get that information to the police and shit. But if it's
what if it's like a communication? You know what I mean? Like, how like they like people will put a thing like in the paper, they're like put something in the want ads that lets me, like when they're communicating with people through prison.
It's like it's like a message to be like we have
them. Look, I'll show the world, and they're like, oh my god, that is Jamie or whoever. Like it's fucking nuts. Either way,
I don't know.
Seems like it would be a good movie. whether it's real or not.
That's the funny thing too, and it reminds me of like why political discourse is so exhausting. Is real or fake, it's retarded.
Yeah.
It's like fucked up.
It's very, very crazy and very stupid in either way. Whether it's like,
Yeah,
it's almost at the level of BTK retarded, when he was like, he would ask the cops, he's like, now if I send you this disc, you're not gonna be able to track me, right? Be honest.
If I send you this,
he says, be honest, which is so funny. He's like, no fibbing. Go on now. Like even Ed Gein wasn't that stupid. Like even Ed Gein was like, what are you guys doing here?
Did you finish that, by the way?
Yeah, it was nuts. It was just so nuts that I like what they did with it. I love the gaslighting. What's the guy's name? What the guy who directed it? He's a famous guy.
Ryan Murphy.
Ryan Murphy. Yeah, thank you. I love how he gaslights people. It's so fun.
What do you mean?
Because like where he's just like, he was dating that one lady he killed. She even gave him all her underwear. So they're like, no, he didn't. And they're like, and he's like, seems like it to me. He killed his brother. No, he didn't. But his brother did die under suspicious circumstances.
Well, so
and he's just like, well, come on.
That's the thing. Yeah,
I love his liberties.
That's where I have to defend. I saw a bunch of people shitting on. What's his name again? Ryan Murphy.
Oh yeah, that's so funny. You asked me this time.
Wait, you asked me?
Yeah, I did. I literally did answer, and you were like Ryan Murphy, and I was like, oh, thank you so much.
This is just pure. This is just showing you how much we do not listen to each other.
Who said that?
Either of us. Wait, when did you get here?
We are dual screen right now, but I merged the window over this way so your face isn't in it. So I don't know what you're doing.
Oh yeah. No, we dual screen. But wait, let me take this down. I actually have this. I have this notebook covering you, so I go, ooh, that's a great point, Andy. What's that voice?
Yeah,
what's that voice?
I thought I just had a really funny conscience or something like that.
God damn, God, the voice in my head is like kind of like killing it, but also could really be like a little fine tuned here and there. But if I feel like we can hang out and have fun.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, Ryan Murphy is the
who?
The guy I knew his name. Who are you talking? No, because everyone was like, you don't know that happened.
Yeah.
But then like every scene, you're like, come on, that probably happened.
It could probably happen. I could see this happening.
And I go, fair enough. Because like that probably happened.
Remember I was telling you
if it didn't happen, and also it's like if it didn't happen that exact way, most of his shit I feel encapsulate the essence of like what went down. So it's like let him take a few liberties because they're honest liberties in my opinion.
And the thing where like, so they were like, what was there a like obviously I think some of the names were changed obviously, but like they're like, did he actually have a hot girlfriend? And they're just like, no, there is a woman that was by her same name, but she wasn't attractive. They gotta stop. Also, she said she dated him, and then she said she later on recounted that. And I was like, he said that in the fucking documentary. So how are you? He said exactly what you just said. She just wasn't that hot,
brother. It's crazy how. Dude, it's crazy how like people can watch the thing and then just go, why didn't they do that? Like I literally I was talking about on the one stream I did, I was talking about Nick Fuentes going on Tucker Carlson because everyone in my gay political spaces talking about it, and I go, well, they need my 2 cents. And I was like, I was getting comments where people are like I remember one dude was commenting, and I think he likes the stream. I think he watches the stream, so I'm not shitting on him or nothing. But it was just funny. Like one dude was commenting, being like, Nick Fuentes actually says because I was saying something about him shitting on people playing too many video games. And he was like, well, Nick Fuentes actually says he loves video games. And I just go, hey man, I'm just literally going off what he said on the podcast. Cause he literally made fun of people who jerk off and smoke weed and play video games all the time. And it's just like, I'm just going off of that.
I don't like it.
Dude. Yeah, dude.
I don't like those takes.
Dude. The Christian Nazi doesn't approve of you.
Wow. I don't even Nick Fuentes.
Spanish he's the white supremacist Mexican. You've heard about him? He's the little guy.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's I've been and dude, the other fucking comment that made me laugh really hard. It doesn't matter. He's just going through them. But no, it's just it's happened to me a bunch of times where people will just be like, people will just be like, well, actually this, and you're like, funny thing about that, I never said that.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I get it, and it's like it's a fun thing because like the things that I got interested in, and you know me, I'm a real stickler for being retarded. So I go,
a real stinkler
when they go don't, how dare you, when they go into the Psycho house. Did you get that far in the episode where the guy?
I got to where they caught Ed. We're talking about Ed Gein, right?
Okay, yeah. Well,
Who
so
made that? We're
Jerry only. No,
Tom McDonald.
Colin Mockery.
That's a good one. I haven't heard that name in a minute. But no, I got to where they showed up, and he was like, "What's everyone mad about? What's everyone mad about?
Why are you here? Why are you punching me?"
And the guy, and then it was
the part with your mother.
Oh my god! I gotta eat your mother's pussy I put in that box. And then it's like, and then I got to the part where the dude's in the coroner's office, and he's just like, "Have you found my mother's body yet?" And he's like, "We still have 90 pussies to go through to find hers."
Yeah, we got the box of the vulvas. You know, we got to go through that.
And I gotta be honest, dude. I got to a point where I was like, I get it. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I need to see another lampshade with someone's nipple on it.
Yeah, there was that's so. It's it is so weird too because like I do buy that like how many people were retarded and didn't realize how crazy he was, and like could have dated him because he's like he's a single guy. He owns the farm. Blah blah blah. I don't know, but like it's such a weird thing to get angry with them about like. The continuity of it and the in general of like fuck, what were you just saying about the Psycho house? The same thing, box of vaginas. Like he goes into the guy's doing a tour of the set and he's like, "Oh, I got it as an exact replica of how Ed Gein's house looked by the police photos and the police descriptions and all this other stuff." And I'm like, did they really? It made me want to watch Psycho, and then I go, wait a minute, that's exactly what you want me to do. Because I'm like, I don't think, did you? And then like but then also I'm looking at this fake house that was Ed Gein's house that they made for the show that they made look like the Psycho house. And I'm like, wait, so which one? It's things like that I get interested in. But if it turns out they didn't have a box of, because that's the thing is they're walking through the Shining set, and at no point during Psycho do they talk about the box of vaginas. He just had a box of vaginas on set, and I'm like, that is an awesome detail, but I don't know if I trust that it exists. I don't know if that's a real thing.
Are you saying heartbroken? Well, because Ed Gein had a box of vaginas. Yeah, are you saying on the Psycho set?
Yeah, that on the set of Psycho, they said at what's his face? God damn it! What's the guy's name?
Ryan Murphy.
No, Bates.
Edgar Allan Poe.
The guy Bates, Norman Bates in Psycho.
Master.
In Norman Bates's house, there was supposedly a box of vaginas. What happened? What's going on?
What? Am I frozen?
No, my screen just fucking blinked. That was nuts.
Oh, you're still here.
Yeah, I know, but like both of my screens just went black for some reason, and nothing shut off. Okay, either way, it's a weird thing. It just did it again. What the fuck? What's going on?
I don't know.
Is it the ghost of Ryan Murphy?
It's really funny to have. It's really funny to have nothing on this end happening, and you're going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. It's just very strange. It just went like black, and then it just blinked again. That was strange. Maybe I'm getting hacked. Either way, I think it's strange that he did have that detail, and I wouldn't be heartbroken if it was a lie, but that would be so fucking cool to know on the set of Psycho, even though it's not addressed at all. They're just like fucking body parts laying around.
I know he was like Alfred Hitchcock was like, didn't he famously in The Birds, he was like, oh, what if we fucking punch this chick in the face every day so she can be scared of birds on set or something like that.
Yeah, they kind of attacked her.
he was one of those guys. He was like
he was
like
a real Kubrick.
Yeah, he was one of those guys who was just like, I hired these trained actors, but I'm still gonna do crazy fucking shit rather than just let them do their job.
I'm gonna treat them more like trained animals.
Yeah, it's so funny. I was like, I wonder how many people watch Psycho and just go, man, thank God there was a box of pussies on set. It was the only
continuity wise.
It was the only thing keeping this movie from being good.
It's just crazy. Yeah, I don't and like I said, like that's a fucking hilarious detail that they bring up in the show, and I do appreciate that part of the show too. The thing of the influence of Ed Gein lore over the years.
Yeah, people didn't like that. I thought that was cool as shit.
That's really cool. That's really interesting to be like. I don't like. Also, I never necessarily mistook him for a serial killer, and a lot of people are like, he's not a serial killer, okay? And it's like, okay, but he's a psychopath.
Yeah,
and that's what everybody's interested in. The grave robbing, when another thing the book guy said on that interview or whatever was like, he goes, he didn't engage in necrophilia. He may have experimented once or twice, and it's like, that's what they said on the show.
You're like, hey man, those are opposites. What you just said. I love when people.
I don't think you ever dabble in fucking necrophilia. You go or you don't.
It's very similar to like, it's like, what is it? It's like, oh, you suck one dick, you're gay now. It's like, oh, you dig up one body and you're a necrophiliac. Oh.
Sir, is your legal name Ed Gein and you refuse to change it? Is that the situation here? Because that's what it seems like you're trying to do. You're trying to convince us that Ed Gein's behavior should be somewhat normalized, so you can go on being like, I'm also Ed Gein, but I'm not related. Okay. Yeah. And also, he was never a necrophiliac. He did it once.
Dude, I can't stand like. The deeper I get into just trying to know things, it's so funny how much you stumble upon, like, you're like, oh, you're just having a fucking retarded conversation right now.
Yeah.
And so like what you just said, where it's like, he wasn't a necrophiliac. Yeah. Did he do it 2 or 3 times? And I go, okay, that's like the thing though.
He did like necrophilia. He did necrophilia. You're not a murderer, but I have murdered. Like,
oh, it's like, no, it's not like he was a murderer. He just shot 3 people in the face.
Yeah,
like, dude.
And he ate some of them. He didn't like, it's like, brother, you gotta understand what he did was fucking nuts. That's what people appreciate about him. Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. And it's like, that's the thing is at the end of the whole thing, spoiler alert, you go like, oh, he's schizophrenic. And also they had a really great way of explaining schizophrenia that I've never heard before, which was like, it's like you hear, instead of just hearing thoughts or having memories or imagining things like intrusive thoughts, anything that happens in your brain, what happens in a schizophrenic's brain is it's like projected to them from someone else, imaginary. So they imagine a person saying what they're thinking as like they're saying, they're screaming at them. So like if you have a thought of like, man, I'm fucking fat and I'm really red and like I have a stupid hat on, or like my headphones are really gay or something like that. Like if you just had those thoughts, it would be like, it would now imagine me saying them to you.
Wait, I didn't just think that. Wait,
just imagine if you thought I sound like a real fucking dumbass right now. Like
I just go back.
You thought that, but me saying it to you.
I just go back to every episode of Drag the Lake and No More Heroes. And
I'm never here.
It was just me the whole time.
Everything mean ever said to you.
I never, dude. Oh my god, dude. I'm just having that zoom back. Like when I lived with you, it was just me in an apartment I paid for.
You're like on panties. You're sitting in between. You're like, hey guys, shut up. Nobody else is there.
That'd be so funny too, being schizophrenic and saying the N-word the whole time. Just making up Nate and Lemaire.
All of Nate's problem.
I go back, I watch the Kill Tony episodes. I'm just like, I'm going Lemaire there. That's so funny, dude. What's funny? That's why I realized I was like, I think I might have just whatever like the free version of schizophrenia is, not like
I've
not
schizophrenia
like,
light.
well, no, I started. Well, I don't know if this is schizophrenia because I definitely do the like arguments in my head, but like my brain does. I think it's like a defense mechanism because I realized I was doing that for a while because like my brain would make other people that I would fight with, and I would just be like, well, these people are just being shitty to me, and it's like, no, these are the mean things you're saying to yourself.
Yeah,
And it's like
crazy,
a defense. So, but then the other one I realized I do, where I was just like, I would start because like for the longest time I'd like just constantly I'd be like, this guy doesn't fucking like me. This guy doesn't what?
Sorry, this is good.
Panties on the brain. Oh, well, I liked this one by the way from Lost in the Sauce. Ed Gein answered the age-old question: can you make a belt of nipples? Dude, I was always wondering
I'm like, yeah, sure, my nipples could hold up, but could Andy's? I mean, how are you gonna get this many nipples?
No, mine are the bad
you were
ones.
Just thinking that, Andy. You were just thinking it.
Mine are the shitty nipples. You got to flick to really like present to people. Yeah, they're not good. They look like fucking old pussies.
What's going on? Why are you holding your pants up? Oh, it's cold out. My belt shrunk.
Why are you holding that high?
What do you mean?
No, dude, I was laughing my ass off when I realized this recently because I would constantly, there'd be people that'd be like, this guy doesn't fucking like me. What's his fucking deal? Why doesn't he like me? Da da da. What the fuck did I do to him? And then I started
problem.
And what the fuck is his? And then I realized, I go, every person you think doesn't like you, you don't like. And I'm like, oh, you just don't like people, but like you don't want to feel like a hater, so you make a thing up in your head that they're being shitty to you.
Yeah, dude, we're just like the laziest Ed Geins ever.
Well, that's why I have this like I don't want to call it sympathy, but there is this like, you know what it is? It's like a lot of these, because I think a lot of people have very similar like instincts and feelings that serial killers do, but serial killers are the only ones that like follow through. Like, have you ever been there when you're like you're listening to a podcast or reading a book about a historic terrible person, and you're like, shit, I've been there. I've been there before. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Was I on the brink?
And you're like, wait a minute, are we all just dormant Hitlers with zero follow through?
I really feel like it's genuinely, instead of dissecting like territory to conquer or like bodies, we just dissect every negative thought and just make everything true and about us.
Yes.
So like we still have those same tendencies. We have that methodical like, oh cool, a new argument to have. First, I'll make it my problem. Oh, and then I'll make it his fault. Ooh, let me say the things that let me show people, let me explain it to somebody to where I'm I'm in the right. You know what I mean? Like it's all those same things, but it's still a situation where you're like not actually harming people, but not like Stanley. Stanley's chomping me.
Yeah, well, since this Ed Gein conversation will be real good for No More Heroes. I can't find a balance with this goddamn window. I'm either like my room's either real dark or I'm a literal ghost.
I know. I had to adjust I had to go to start closing the blinds over here. I think that's why Stanley and them are so ornery. But
ornery.
But yeah, we're talking about media.
Yeah, since we're talking about viewable media, let's shift into this week's No More Heroes topic, which is.
I say yes, more heroes.
No, more, no more voices in my head. No, we're talking about Pulp Fiction because it is. Well, actually, you know what? This is technically the first day of Terran-vember, or no? What was it?
November. Oh, damn it.
No, Cellrat had the best. That's who it was. Cellrat had the best.
I was going to do this. I like some Pulp. Tony Soprano. This is
why? I know it is, but why?
You said Pulp Fiction because you said Pulp Fiction. I said some Pulp.
My fault. Yeah, I wasn't denying the existence of the scene. I just go. Why? I was
appreciate
going. Why
that you knew exactly what I was talking about immediately. Thank you very much. And honestly,
I mean,
we did it.
big lover of The Sopranos. And funny enough, I randomly watched a Instagram reel last night where a couple's costume was that scene. So literally
wow, look at that.
Literally last night while in bed, just on Instagram reels going, I should have been asleep an hour ago. Oh man.
This is fair.
Maybe some more heroes. No more. Not one more.
All right, but I think also side note, we could eventually at some point switch into television shows or series. Just heads up.
I would definitely be really down for that because I think that's fun too. Because there's there's a bunch of episodes,
a lot of meat on them bones. Maybe we'll start a Patreon for people to subscribe to. We can maybe 5.
Ooh, can we make another thing no one views?
Oh yeah.
Another thing no one fucking watches.
Let's give it a lot of thought this time, though.
Yeah. Can we try real hard and have no one enjoy it?
Yeah. Well, no. Hey, we're not. You guys aren't nobodies. All right.
Oh yeah. No. I'm sorry. And also, we don't try that hard.
I did. Honest. I kind of did on this one, but also I got to tell you,
I'm just kidding. I heard you go. I try real hard.
No, this one, the postmodern style that. I hate modern art.
Yeah, you do like a modern fart.
All right, I'm out of here. No, you won.
The hell?
You won. You did it.
Well, here, let me set the tone, and I've been saying it with all the movies we've been watching during November and no Tino or whatever it was, no Quentin,
no.
Novtini. I think that Novtini.
No, that's what the Jawas said.
Novtino. What? Novtini. Let me just start off by saying Quentin Tarantino's so good at making movies.
I think he's a really good movie maker.
Well, dude, I'm loving that. I'm realizing I have not, and I said it on his previous movies, I have not watched most of his movies as an adult. I've watched most of them as a kid or like a retarded 20-year-old.
Yeah.
And I've never watched them as a retarded 30-year-old. And it's just like I'm noticing so much more because I was never very critical of art in general when I was younger. I always loved it, but I was always very like I was a much more base level consumer just by being younger and shit like that. And because I was just looking for the fun of it.
Yeah.
I was just looking for something to feel fun.
You like the movie part of it, yeah.
Exactly. I didn't spend a lot of time getting deep and emotional.
Not the film. You wanted the movie. He gave you the movie when he could, and when he was also giving people film.
Yeah, I was the guy watching Fight Club going, wait, this ain't just about Fight Clubs? You know what I mean? Like,
whoa, that Brad Pitt, am I right, guys?
Yeah.
Woo.
Exactly.
That's what you're doing, and they're like, it's so fucking smart, and it's like fucking, it's basically like people were giving it like Matrix level shit when I'm like, it's cool. Like they're like, have you seen all the Easter eggs? I'm like, I think it's a really cool movie. Also, the whole because it's the whole thing at the end, right? The reveal of basically he was like, they stole our idea of doing what we were just doing about the podcast. Where I'm your Tyler Durden, like obviously
it's a movie.
I'm the Tyler Durden of this one, like obviously.
Show your abs.
I mean, come on. Yeah, hold on. Let me just pull the. You see that?
I have a job that pays.
If I didn't have this other shirt on, I would be able to show you, but I can't really lift all of these shirts. So
no, and then I'm the Ed Norton. It's like, I have a job that pays all my bills. I'm so fucking sad and empty. Oh, I don't have any debt. Oh, I paid off my student loans.
Sure, I like crazy women. I mean, but that's the only crazy thing about me.
Oh, I have a really good job. I'm gonna go date a crackhead. It's funny, yeah, dude. Fight Club does rule, but it is funny when you talk about it more. You're just like, but it's also like retarded.
I think, yeah. It's not, to me, it's not as deep. Like it's deep for again, it's stupid 20-year-olds, stupid teens. You know what I mean? Like it's like a thing where you're like, that's about it. But like after that, you're like, it's just essentially saying like it's a cool hip thing of just being like, man, if you're just sitting in an apartment fucking that you rent and you fucking buy furniture from a fucking catalog, you're a fucking loser. And you're like, no. no, that's just a type of person. You don't have to be that person. There also are people that fight in underground things that I can't talk about. But there's it's what
can you talk about?
Okay, sorry, I'm in AA. I can't. We're not supposed to talk about it, but it is supposed to be anonymous. But I am an alcoholic. Hi, my name's Pat. No, if they're and when I say we fight underground, I mean like when people say that's a fucking shit story. Boo! Yeah, when we do that, that's crazy that they do that. They never show you that in the meetings.
When I say we fight underground, I really mean we get into K-holes and try to stand up.
We're fighting to stand. But like, but you're right. It's like when you watch it as a 20-year-old, you're like, I think that is the case. There are movies like this where like Pulp Fiction and maybe like Reservoir Dogs and other ones where you're like, this is so cool, and it's like there's blood and fucking cursing and it's crazy and it's like nothing I've ever seen, and you can enjoy it from that level. But then also like later on you can be like, here's some you can have some nerd explain it to you on YouTube, go, here's some things you might have missed about Pulp Fiction.
Well, that's what's great.
And you go like, I didn't miss anything. This is your interpretation.
That's what's great about Pulp Fiction is like, or just Tarantino in general, but I think Pulp Fiction is like one of the best representations of like what's good about Tarantino is if you are just like a knuckle dragging retard, you can watch a Tarantino and just go like, yo, what? And you'll be engaged the whole time. But if you're like a fucking thespian savant who's like really overanalyzing things and all this and that, he's got everything in there for you too. Because I was reading through the Wikipedia on it, like the whole movie is references to movies from like the 30s, 40s, and 50s,
and cartoons. I really appreciated that too. That like they said everything I watched that was like covering this or like even in general, like like there are direct like scenes that you can see that are correlating, and like he's like, I want it to be like a blaxploitation movie, like an action movie, like a fucking kind of a war movie, a kind of a like that, like, or not so much the war movie, but what was the other one? But like each thing. Can I just be completely transparent with you right now? This is
you've kind of have been because you're not real.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah. Hold on.
You've been completely opaque.
I'm back in your head. Andy. I didn't realize.
By the way, I don't mean to cut you off. This is a perfect idea for a podcast. Is just a schizophrenic guy.
Like I co-host it with you, but
but you're just on screen the whole time, and I'm just going like,
that's awesome.
It's actually a really good idea for just being schizophrenic.
That is a good idea, Andy. I'm echoing your thoughts. Welcome to Andy and Andy in the morning. Andy and then parentheses Andy. This was the first time I ever like actually, I swear to God, man, please, I am being 100% serious. This is the first time I realized that
Samuel Jackson is black.
That it was out of order.
Dude.
I swear to God, please, Andy, please believe me.
Dude.
I swear to God, I go, oh yeah, because fucking Travolta died earlier.
That's great.
I swear to God, man, I'm so sorry that I'm so stupid.
Brother, that's the joke.
I promise you, I had no, like I had never even, it never even registered to me that this is out of order.
Brother, that's like the running joke when people say things and they
everything on the internet was about
everything, dude.
And it explained to me 400 fucking times, and I was just like, okay, all right, I know he dies earlier, but I thought then because he's in the clothes at the end, but he was in his suit before. So wait, how did he die in his suit? And then he went to. So is there a day? And it's like, oh man,
oh, he must have gotten better. Oh, he must have got up.
Oh, he's okay.
Oh,
his eyes were open. He wasn't dead. He was awake.
Oh, okay. He got those 10 machine gun rounds.
The automatic machine gun to his fucking chest.
Oh, after he unloaded the Uzi into his chest, he must have just got up from that.
Hey, other thing that was connected for me as well. You want to hear another fun one? When he hits him on the the crosswalk when he saw Morales, Marcellus
Marcellus
Wallace,
Wallace.
when he was walking across with donuts and coffee, and he like stops and he goes, "Motherfucker!" I didn't realize he was headed back to the apartment. He was at the apartment with Jules.
I
Like,
actually just realized that now.
Because I thought he had gotten further away at that point, but he was going to get donuts and coffee for him and Jules and come back.
Yeah, that actually
Also,
makes.
did you know the fun thing about the correlation? I noticed it watching this as well. Every time that John Travolta went to the bathroom, he was something terrible happened.
I literally just, as we were talking about it now, I just made that connection. Wait, Pat, by the way, we're moving past this too quickly. I do gotta ask you, you've never heard someone make the joke where they're telling something out of order and they go, "I'm gonna Tarantino it real quick."
Nope. And if I did, I never got that. Like,
I never heard them say that and go, "Those are words anyway."
Oh, he's gonna make it stylish and entertaining. I can't
wait.
wait.
Ooh, he's gonna pull his feet out and say the N-word.
He's gonna say that this was 30. I think they said 36 times in this one, and I was just like, yeah, it was a lot. I like how.
Oh, speaking on that topic too, it's like it's one of the most Tarantino movies because it's like I don't think he actually shows feet, but he has like when do they show feet?
I thought I missed it before, but it's not only is it on the poster for the movie, but it's also when she's walking around barefoot back at the apartment, they make it a point, and her feet are bare. Also, I think near the end when she's walking barefoot, he likes dirty feet too. I noticed that we saw that in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, true. And then he has a like 20-minute dialogue, or probably like 10-15-minute dialogue about rubbing feet. And then he goes, "Yeah, remember they talk about giving a foot rub, and they thought Marcellus Wallace threw that guy out of the."
Yeah.
There's like a whole discourse about rubbing feet and how sexual.
I'm not going to rub the woman's feet. I'm going to laugh at her jokes. And also, they bring up the point that when she makes a joke at the end, I remember somebody bringing this point up. I really like this, and it's something that I realized was like, oh, he did everything he said he was going to do.
Yeah,
like he didn't like he wasn't inappropriate, but there was. So it was so funny in one
there
of
was
the
a moment where he was about to be.
Obviously, yeah. I mean, and there was definitely some kind of weird connection. One of the I did see this theory like floating out there a little bit, and I wanted to run this past you. I really hope it doesn't bring us to these, but Uma Thurman, the person she's talking about being in Pulp Fiction, actually turns out to be who she is in Kill Bill. She's talking about the Foxy Force 5, and her character was supposed to be a knife expert, was supposed to be with martial arts expertise and a knife expert, blades expert background. So her name in Kill Bill is only the bride, right? So that character could very well be the character that she's talking about being in the show.
He does call her Kiddo, so that might, I forget if Kiddo's her name or a nickname.
Yeah.
She is only referred to as the bride in the credits, I think, right?
Yeah. So it's very likely either that could have inspired him to make her that character, essentially turn that character that she's talking about being in the show into the real character, or that was the character that they were referring to, and he already had it in his mind. But I thought that was really interesting.
I could see him making that connection. That's really interesting.
But yeah, so in general, like this movie, I thought was like it made me realize what Tarantinoing was, I guess, is like, and what separated, because like I know that the new movies, Django, Inglourious Bastards, like the new era, the retcon era, what I was calling it, is essentially just those are the beginning, middle, and end era. And then he has his before beginning, middle, beginning, end, beginning, middle, end, beginning. And you're like, oh, now I get it.
Well, I was reading through about the movie, and if you view, because the way that they break down Pulp Fiction, let me pull it up real quick. The way they break down Pulp Fiction, Oh yeah, how they have it like prologue, prelude, and then Vincent Vega and Marcellus Wallace's wife, prelude to Gold Watch, the Bonnie situation, epilogue, the diner.
I would like to see it. I would like to see it in chronological. That would be really cool.
Well, because like when I was reading through about it, Quentin Tarantino, he was basically saying, he was like, I'm jealous of how authors get to basically have like 3 books. Like if you ever get around to reading books, sometimes you'll like open them up and it'll be like I realized that with Dune, where it was like in Dune, you open it up, it says book 1. I go, yeah, I'm holding it. And then you keep, and then in the middle of book 1 it goes book 2, and I go, what the fuck's happening? So and then you get to book 3 and you're like, this is getting out of hand, guys. But you could do this thing where you can have 1 book but it's actually 3 books. And he's like, but it makes sense,
like chapters. He does it. He literally does it in Django, and I think in Glorious Bastards.
The difference between it just simply being chapters is like it's like 3 separate stories that are kind of standalone, but they all intersect. And that's kind of like, that's what happens in Dune. It's like 3 separate main stories that all have the same characters and intersect. And so, because I was always just like, being a youngin', watching Tarantino's because they're cool looking, not understanding them for a second. You're just like, yeah, it looks cool, but like he's just doing random shit. But then when you look at it from an actual standpoint of like, no, like if you look at Pulp Fiction as like 3 separate stories that just happen to intersect, it makes a lot more sense. And it's a much more digestible and understandable then.
And he kind of does that he does that in general. Like it's always seems like to be the 60s era, like pretty much that he deals with, and it's almost, but he has different genres of films that he utilizes. So like also another movie that has been talked about every week, Jackie Brown, is like, I thought it was just that one, but Pulp Fiction kind of has the same exact feel of like a blaxploitation type feel. And I think that's what it was it's so funny because the N-word thing, obviously, like apparently Django is like has it the most. It's like 106 or 160, some crazy amount.
Nice.
But this one, like, it's the fact that I feel like, in me personally, same thing. He casts himself, like, even though he's writing it, that's one thing. But like a quote that I saw from Sam Jackson, because apparently Spike Lee gave him some shit. And honestly, I think Spike Lee's movies are really silly a lot of times. I don't like a lot of his movies. But
yeah, he's got a lot of good ones, but
it's just like
he's also a very silly person sometimes.
Art is subjective. It's one of those things. But he, I guess, got like pissed off about the fact that he uses it so much in his movies, and he's like, I think his quote was something similar to like, not all of black people think that word is cool, or not everybody thinks that word is so cool and slick, or something like, I don't know, whatever it is. And then and it's so funny because essentially Sam Jackson was like, well, I don't care. Like, I think it's he apparently, Sam Jackson said something to the effect of, I don't think a racist could write this apart this well. For like, he's saying, I love my part. My part was great. And honestly, Sam Jackson, I feel like, is the star of this movie. You know what I mean? I know that there isn't really a star necessarily, but I feel like he's the one that stands out to me the most in this movie. Bruce Willis is just Bruce Willis, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say who the star is. Does Sam Jackson stand out the most? 100%. That's why dude, and I'll get into it more later, but like, so much like this, I forgot this was one of my favorite movies as a kid, because like I'm watching the Sam Jackson scene of Victor Vega.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Well, that's what Tarantino.
I like that.
Tarantino doesn't make like, it's not like, oh, all my movies are in the same universe, but he does not. Every movie like has nods to each other. Like every movie has like Red Apple cigarettes and stuff, and all that shit. And
It's almost like
what
how
was the
Kevin
other-
Smith has the Viewist universe and he has like the Tarantino verse. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but Kevin Smith is way more like, what if all my characters constantly show, like, because Kevin Smith tries to make it more like comic books where all the shows cross over and shit like
Yeah.
that. I think Tarantino just does like vague nods to each other movie.
yeah. But I think a lot of times they have that too, where he'll have, because he does that. He did it for like Death Proof and the other ones, like where he'll just have somebody make a film or a preview. So like he'll have those clips. He might have in the next movie, there might be a preview for, if it's in the 60s, it might be a preview for Jake Cahill or whatever his face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like or something like that. I think it's really interesting to build that kind of world, but also keep it in like the real world. Like I feel like everybody in this movie is so, I don't know how, it's not even like too, like everybody's very interesting, but like even like what's his face, Harvey Keitel is just Harvey Keitel. He's kind of Harvey Keitel from Reservoir Dogs. Like he's trying to keep it cool, and he's just a guy, and he's a professional. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Everything's gonna be okay. Say it with me.
Yeah.
Like
well, it goes back to too. When you were saying about how Sam Jackson is a star of the movie, where I would say he's definitely has the best performance, but it's really like an ensemble cast because you can't really pinpoint who the most important person, and it's like it's everyone's kind of like, I think what Tarantino's really good at, and this movie is one of the best examples of it, is like in a lot of movies you'll have them, and I think it's why it's good to not necessarily have a main character of a movie, because then it makes because like I think when Tarantino writes each character, he writes them from like that character's perspective, and almost like, so like the character is fully realized as a full person. And it's like, I bet you Tarantino has shit about these characters that never even makes it to the fucking movies. They're so, but like, I think he because his characters feel so real and lively, no matter who they are. There's no character, like maybe the occasional side, like sidekick, like No Name, like fucking Dickhead 3 or whatever the fuck, which Dickhead 1 and 2 are way better. But no, like he'll have, because like sometimes you'll have a character where it's like they're clearly not fully realized because that character's just here so this character can have this happen and stuff. But like the cool thing with Pulp Fiction is like all of them you can feel like there's a real depth to them, and like Harvey Keitel's a really good one to bring up because he's not in the movie for that long compared to a lot of the other characters, but you're like,
it has a huge impact.
Yeah. And you can just sort of, the way Tarantino presents these people, you can sort of extrapolate. It's like you can fill in the blanks in your head, even if it's not the same blanks Tarantino intended, you can like fill in the blanks on these people's backstory without having it just blatantly laid out for you.
It's such an interesting thing too, because like, and he offers this depth and kind of like the depth and importance of certain characters. It's just so implied. So it's implied so well, I guess, is a better way to put it. Like,
yeah.
And then other people like Jimmy, who is Quentin Tarantino, who drops the 1 million N-bombs in a row because it's not that kind of storage locker. It's not a storage unit for. Nope, it's not.
Really? That's what I
Did you
always
see a sign? Was there a sign out there?
Associated Jimmy's house with is like dead fella storage.
Yeah, but they were like that scene. Obviously, Quentin Tarantino is like, okay, you're the director and the writer, and you chose this. Like, maybe he was like, oh, I don't want to make anybody else do it, and everybody's like that, and he's like, take your shoes off, everyone. So like they have this.
He's smart. He's smart though, just because
like
however
who's Jimmy, you know what I'm saying? Like, who's Jimmy? That's what I'm saying. Is like he's such such an impactful character, but also I don't know anything. We know that Jimmy has a wife that's a nurse, but I don't know who the fuck Jimmy is. How is he connected to what's this, Jules or whatever?
Jules,
it's like, it's very interesting. But sorry, go.
No, it's 100% like Jimmy's another guy who's in the movie for very little, but he just feels like a full form person. It's like the way Tarantino does this good job at like he never like nothing he does he never does nothing he does
Missed this. There was
Eric
that one
Stoltz
too.
said the N-word too.
It's fair. Okay. You know what?
Which one was he?
Oh, that was an interesting thing I saw too. Eric Stoltz was the drug dealer for John Travolta that he ended up going back to with Uma Thurman's
yeah.
That that the needle scene was shot in reverse. I still don't understand how that. So like, did he go like
I think he put it on her chest and pulled back because I've heard that before. Didn't she just keep flinching the whole time?
Oh, okay, that's why. I thought they kept saying that like that was a cool fact, and I was like, why would they have to shoot in that reverse? Like, couldn't he just go like boom? And like obviously this I love that sound, by the way. That sound feels I've never heard that before, but I feel like that is such a interesting thud of the needle hitting the the breastplate or going through the breastplate or whatever. That scene is still, it's like, so even as a kid I understood the drama in that scene, like them screaming at each other and just like him, like half of it again, nobody wants the responsibility. So many times in this movie is like people just hoisting a responsibility on somebody just because, like, why is the drug dealer the one who he's like, but it's your shit? And it's like, that's not how this works. I sold it to you. That was your shit after that. Then that's your responsibility. Take her. He's like, you got to take her to the hospital and just fucking call a lawyer. Okay. You're not going to come here. And he's like, wait, are you in the car? And he's like, oh shit. And it just goes 0 to 60 in like fucking no time.
Well,
it's crazy.
John Travolta's character was funny too, because he had like, his character had so much more depth than I realized back in the day because I was just so infatuated with the crazy shit happening.
Yeah.
But like John Travolta's character annoyed me substantially more on this viewing because he causes like a lot of problems and then gets very annoyed with everyone trying to help him.
Yeah, think about like in retrospect, aside from just fucking over the head crime boss in town or whatever, Bruce Willis's like problems, at least when it starts out, is like they're pretty low. Like it's like brother, how relatable was Bruce Willis in his car on his way to go pick up his watch? How many times have you been in the car?
Oh, but beforehand, where he's like, "It's okay, baby. I'm so sorry." I yelled
after throwing everything, like to me, like I just fucking the one thing. All this shit could have been burned. I don't give a shit about anything. I fucking told you the fucking watch on the kangaroo, and he's just like, "I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Bruce
I'm
Willis,
really sorry. Everything's fine. I love you. Here's get some pancakes and just." Don't worry about it. I'll be right back. And he's just like, but then when he's in the car, he's just like, I fucking told her.
I thought Bruce Willis and his girlfriend, the dynamic of them was so perfect because I go, that's so, I can relate to that so much. And I feel like so many guys, because that's just what, that's what every
retard.
Well, no, that's what I've never done that. What? But no, it's just like, it's so relatable. You're like, yeah, you're just a fucking angry psycho, and all you want to do is just make some retarded hot chick happy. That's all you care about in life. You're like, I just want to live so I can make this fucking.
I'm a dude that punches people for a living, and I just want some money so I can go make this girl who's way out of my league way happier than me ever.
Yeah.
Like, she wants a fucking pot belly. Like,
yeah, you know what?
That's like a retard.
That's
not retarded.
That's yes. I would love you to have a pot, but whatever you want, sweetheart.
Yeah, of course, honey bunny. What? Oh no, she's not honey bunny. Oh, that was a weird thing. There's certain fun facts that I feel like nerds don't understand what fun means. When they're like, "Did you know Honey Bunny was named after a real rabbit? It was one of the writers' rabbits." And I go,
They're like, "That's maybe you didn't need to include that. Who cares?"
Fun. It's not. I don't even know if it's a fact. That's just a boring detail.
Yeah.
But there's but like there's plenty of shit that personally I feel I got out of this watching it again. Not. Yes, very embarrassingly realizing, like, wait a minute, what? I thought maybe that was a flashback before, but this part is. How are they in the shorts again? So I'm watching that and then realizing that was like his first. So that was the first half of his thing. That was like a 4 rooms.
Yeah.
You know, Reservoir Dogs. I don't know. Jackie Brown, I think, kind of happens in order though, right?
Is Reservoir Dog? I haven't seen Reservoir Dogs in forever. Is that out of order?
Yeah, because it starts with him at breakfast and then it goes to, oh shit, the thing goes bad, and then it goes back. It's like flashback. It goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Or it's all over the place. That's for fucking sure.
It is.
But
You're
the guy's
right.
Not the guy's not bleeding on the floor the whole time. You know what I mean? Like there was like it goes back and forth.
Yeah, you're right. It is out of order.
You're out of order. We're having a good time. These are all movies, guys. Okay, lighten up. I like pretending I'm bombing over the podcast and acting like nobody liked it and everybody was just very angry with me.
Oh, you gonna cancel me
Shut the
now?
fuck up. Hey, everybody. Wait, now
That's
he's the voice in my head.
No, I'm gonna do every time I bomb. Oh, you're gonna cancel me because I can't. Oh, you didn't like that joke, libtard.
You're fucking edgy. What are you gonna fucking dox me? Here's my number.
Oh, you gonna come to my house and have your way with me? Oh, guy wanting to get doxxed so he can get raped. I was laughing. I forgot how much I loved this movie as a kid.
Yeah,
because like I like the whole Sam Jackson shooting those guys scene. That was all like I had that like memorized as a kid. Like I love that. I named my band the band I played guitar in high school. I named it Zed's Dead because of this movie.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then I found out there was like an electronic band called Zed's Dead. But no, this movie was very influential. Another thing too is I like appreciated Sam Jackson's acting a lot more, because it was all because I'm just like an adult now and I can understand subtleties a little bit better, but like his like demeanor post getting shot at, like it was noticeably. I have to give him props on his acting in this because like his energy. Like, because you watch it as a kid and you're just like, oh, he's just saying this to say cool stuff before fucking crazy shit happens or whatever. But like watching it now, you're like, oh, because like you see the bullets. They clearly like something crazy happened, which I thought like adding that little sort of like that type of detail in this like low budget production. The vibe of it was like really cool because he was like presenting it as like divine intervention as this big overarching thing. But the way the movie shot, the like low budget nature of the movie does make you almost identify with John Travolta's character more because it does make everything feel a lot more mundane and regular. That was a big part about this movie too, where it's like, all like the craziest shit in the world is happening, but it all feels regular with how it's shot. But then his general demeanor in that scene, you can tell this is a guy. It's like subtle, but you can tell like this is a guy that's shook from like what happened, and he like really means this shit and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree with Sauce in there. Zed and his buddy had a weird relationship. Just in case anybody fights in the pawn shop, we rape them. Got it.
Yeah, that is.
Like that, I mean, like that's like, well, it's a weird thing of like they got the gimp. I wonder if that was the last person that fucked around in the shop that they have, or is that? I think gimps are usually voluntary, somewhat.
I think
BDSM.
gimps like that shit.
So that
was a funny. I did think about that scene more because again, as a kid, you just focus on the ridiculous nature of this movie. But the Sauce does make an interesting comment and I was thinking about that while watching it, where you're just like, oh yeah, these guys got into a fight and fell into my pawn shop. I know what we should do. I should call my buddy over so we can rape them.
You know what's really funny about it's so like a lot of the theories I remember hearing when I was a kid of like I guess fan theories or like interpretations, but it's shit that like Tarantino left specifically blank for that reason. But one of them was the Band-Aid on the back of Marcellus Wallace's neck, and they're like, what does it mean? and it literally means that Ving Rhames cut his head shaving and had to wear a Band-Aid, and Tarantino liked it, so he just made it like just had it on the whole time.
Yeah.
So like one day he had to have a Band-Aid on his head, and he just liked it, and that was part of the thing after a while. Like all this other thing of like, and then that's the thing of like that. I remember somebody telling me early on when I like was a kid, because it's the same thing. I watched this probably way too young, but also enjoyed it well, and it's like for exactly what it is. It's just this crazy, weird movie that was awesome, and it was just cool. It just looked cool.
Yeah.
But like somebody told me said that the briefcase had his soul in it, and that was how his soul was taken out, and he had to get his soul back. And I'm like, that's cool. But like it literally didn't
Whose
add
soul?
Wallace's. So like his soul was taken from the back of his head, and that was where they're gonna have to put his soul back. And I was like,
Who said that?
just a friend. That was like somebody's theory of like,
Is he dead now?
No, I hope so, but I don't
I
think so.
really hope he is.
No, that's what I'm saying though. Is like that's
I hate a fan theory.
It's crazy because it's also like one of those things of like, no, he just has this. It's a mystery. There can be mysteries. You don't have to see everything, and that is fun because it's your imagination.
Yeah.
But you trying to convince other people of what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're doing the work, I don't think a lot of people did the work on this, and like watching it over and over again now, appreciating so much more like of even like the references and significance of it. Like obviously this is the movie that revitalized what's his face, John Travolta's career, but I didn't realize like the significance of, at least early on, like as a kid, of the significance of like he was the things that he was most famous for were his roles in like Saturday Night Fever and stuff like that, where
Yeah.
he was dancing and all these other things. He was like the goofy disco guy. So like having him do that in the movie was not only an homage to like movies and stuff that he appreciated that had those kinds of scenes. Like they kept, I saw like not only is he referencing like cartoons and things and classic film, but also like even like old like Batman show where they're like doing the weird. That's what that is like mimicking is like classic 60s goofy ass weird dancing shows and like that, and then plus all the gritty bullshit like the detail put into even his character is like so interesting. I agree. Like I wasn't trying to say like there was necessarily like the star or main character of the movie, but the standouts, I think obviously everybody focused on John Travolta at the time because it was like, whoa, this like goofy disco guy's in this gritty, fucking cool, violent movie. Whereas like Sam Jackson, I think, was the person that stood out the most to me in this one. Like you said, like his acting in this he was the biggest standout, but there definitely isn't a star or main character, but he's the one that stood out the most to me.
I gotta be honest, John Travolta's acting was a little flat for me at times. It's like kind of you're like, yeah,
that's the detail that I love.
He is a heroin addict, though.
Heroin addict, and like the fact that like everything happened when he was in the bathroom, and then every time he's in the bathroom, you think, oh, he's in there a ridiculous amount of time, but you're like, well, it's a movie, so this could really only be 1 minute, or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, he's a heroin addict.
Reading
so they
a book.
even said he's constipated all the time. So like every time he goes to the bathroom, and it's taking him forever every time he goes to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It's like I'm like, holy shit, that level of detail in this. Like, he's a drug addicted hitman.
Well, and that goes actually. I'm glad.
Like, hey, I still dance. Woo.
I'm glad you said that because that goes back to a point I was thinking about where, like, so your friend who was like Marcellus Wallace got his soul sucked out, and they're getting it back in the briefcase, and we both agreed. Hopefully, he's dead now. Yeah. Your friend, but
well, that's where souls come out of the back of your head. It's kind of like the Matrix.
Well, it's just funny and it actually kind of correlates to us joking about like I was talking about how I'll hate people, but then I don't want to feel like a bad person who's just hating people for no reason. So I go, oh, they hate me. What's their problem? It's like you make up these things, and people do that with movies all the time where they like overanalyze them and they like make up this shit where you're making it what it feels like to you, but like you're going, that's what they meant. It's like, no. This is what it means to you. Because like I was reading it, like the Bruce Willis chunk of it. I forget what the fucking movie was, but that was Tarantino specifically going, I want to do my version of this movie, but with in modern times, but with these type of characters. And I think that's what like Tarantino does, and it's why he has this he has these really long elaborate scenes that are like character building, because I think what Tarantino does is creates the characters and then kind of goes, what would they do? Not, this is what I want them to do. He goes, I need them to, it's like, I need to get to A, B, and C, and then put that out of order. And then,
Wait, what?
Pat, are you sitting down?
Oh.
And then he goes like, how do I get to all those places? So his movies really do feel like, I'm just going to see what these guys are going to do, and it's going to be interesting. And then it's what I've been, the more we've been deeply analyzing stuff like this, it's what I've been realizing more is like, because I think I said it before, like sometimes I'll read a book or watch a movie and it's like all these deep elements about these characters. And you think almost like, how did they think of all this stuff ahead of time? And I think what actually happens is if you understand who the character is at a deep level, all of those things sort of stem from that.
Yeah.
So these things develop organically. It's not necessarily that the writer even thought them up ahead of time. It's just, well, if he's like this, he's going to do A, B, and C, not D, E, and F. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those things just naturally develop and create themselves. And but yeah.
I also think we can't not acknowledge how much this movie was referenced in like other media. Like The Simpsons did like a whole episode that was basically the same type of deal, like where they wrote like they recreated scenes from this. Remember the fucking pawn shop guy going like, "Hey Zed, fly's got a couple," or was it Spider's got a couple of flies in a web.
Dude, you know what?
It's crazy.
I watched that Simpsons episode before I watched this, and I've never realized I never made the connection because I didn't know at the time.
They've done it multiple times. They did it with like a episode.
Because didn't they
put Itchy and Scratchy?
Didn't they put like a ball gag in comic book guy's mouth and shit?
And it was Chief Wiggum.
That's what it was.
Because he was walking across the street with donuts, and he saw Snake he was in the crosswalk, and he goes like, "Oh, hello."
I never even thought about that.
Yeah, and I fear people are going to think that I was joking about not getting the out of order thing. I promise you, I know you believe me, but I guarantee you guys, I did not make that connection in all of his movies. Really, I knew like Four Rooms was similar to that.
Yeah,
you want to say something, Carmela?
Hell yeah.
How's it going, Carmela? Yeah, that's a good girl.
Well, I think this is a good place too. I think we did the damn thing. So
Good
you
cat.
want to get that fucking hat? So you want to, because I think we owe it to the people. You want to do Jackie Brown next week?
Yeah, we'll do it for the people, and I'll be nice.
You can be whatever you want.
I hope I appreciate it more because I feel like it's been like in recent history that I've seen it for the first time.
Yeah. No,
I'm
very curious because, like I said, I think the average person, if they make their Tarantino list, I think the average person's putting Jackie Brown to the bottom. But that being said, I would not call it a bad movie whatsoever because it's fun too because it kind of goes outside of like what you regularly expect from a Tarantino.
Yeah.
So like I could see if you're looking for a traditional Tarantino, it may not meet your standard, but yeah, man, I think it's still a good time. So next week for Novini.
God damn it, Cell Rat.
Novino.
Yeah, we need Cell Rat in here to tell us.
Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown. Very nice.
Do you need to piss? Because I need to piss. You can go piss if you need to piss.
I don't need to piss right now. I can just co-host with Carmela if you want.
All right. Yeah. Let them know.
This is Carmela Soprano. She's a kitty cat. She's not for sale. You can't have her. Yeah. This is one of my favorite kitty cats that I've ever had. She's very sweet. She likes to lay on me. She doesn't really give me the option, I think, like most of you guys. So, oh, and she's biting the microphone. Good girl. She has the stinkiest breath in the world. Ow. Razor sharp claws. Yeah. So, Jackie Brown's a movie that I'm excited to check out because I feel like I'll be able to appreciate, especially now, given the perspective of like, future Tarantino movies, like the different eras of filmmaking, and also just some certain things. I hopefully I can just sit back and enjoy this because I didn't know what to expect from Jackie Brown, and also I'm pretty sure Pam Grier shows her tits. I believe, I can't remember or not, but that'll be an exciting one. Also, I really do like Four Rooms, and I don't know if that would essentially count, but I feel like we should do Death Proof and or like the Grindhouse shit before that, because like that feels more traditionally Tarantino. Ugh. But also like shows or series, I think might be a good thing to go over eventually. We could do that. We could either try to like watch a whole series. I don't know if we would want to break down every episode. Maybe we can do like episode 1, 2, 3, or I don't know. We'll figure it out, because I know there's plenty of shows that I don't watch. I hate newer shows in a lot of cases, but I know there's plenty of older shows that I either glossed over or didn't really pay too much attention to that were more. There was more to them. I tried. What was the one? Twin Peaks. I tried to do that shit. Not shit. You know what I'm saying? But like I didn't really love it. But I also was like, it's not my thing. X-Files was something that I was pretty interested in a little bit when I was a kid, but I was in the right age. My brother was really into it, my oldest brother. And like, I think that might be something that I would get more out of now because the FBI, paranormal, government shit, cryptid shit, all that stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff like that. It's interesting that they talked about it in general, but it's like kind of also the theme of a lot of Alex Jones shows or or paranormal shows or anything like that. So it would be pretty cool to see something like that. But I also want to make a ghost show. So I just found out that a lot of people think people that like ghost stuff are dumb, but I don't know. I don't want to do a ghost hunt or anything, but I do want to talk about experiences with paranormal shit.
You talk about ghosts?
Yeah, I was saying like if we do like revisits, like there was shows that I remember growing up that people fucking loved that never really hit me. Like I never liked Lost, but also like my brother loved X-Files, but X-Files seems like a show that I might fuck
X-Files
with
rips.
now.
Dude, I watched
because like it's FBI, it's like government shit, aliens, cryptids, like it's everything I like now.
I watched a couple episodes. I watched a couple episodes of it a while ago, and it's like, it's like the production style is minorly dated, but it's so fucking good. I watched a couple episodes. It's so fucking good. Do you say people think the ghost stuff is gay?
Yeah, I like just in general, I think either that or it's like it's not that it's dumb or it's like for like dummies or idiots or
yeah,
what, you know what I mean? Like it's
I used to be that guy, and then I got into like the conspiracy stuff deep, and then I got into like wrestling shit, and then I really felt the brunt of people immediately calling the thing you like stupid as shit without knowing a thing about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, me, not a big ghost guy. Honestly, it's not even that I don't believe it. I think I actively avoid it to not bring
not
it
be
in.
Scared.
To not. Well,
yeah.
Here's the thing about ghost stuff, Pat. It's super duper scary. So don't know why you want to do it, but I don't want to be scared. I'll just read my books about pedophile rings. And
See, to me that's a lot more scary just because it's real. Like it's guaranteed real. This stuff is like at least we don't know, but.
Well, I get scared that if you let too much spooky ghost stuff into your life, it's like vampires. You have to kind of let it in.
Yeah,
like
it's already in there, baby.
Pedophile rings are they're all over there, so I can just read about them and comment online.
I got more pedophile rings than Sonic, baby. Woo! I'm gonna go pee pee.
Okay. Okay. Pat's gonna urinate, and I'm gonna let you guys know that you are great. Thank Thank you for hanging out with us. I do want to. Oh, look at that! 8 minutes ago, Brew Dude Chris with the follow. Oh, here you. Oh, you commented, Brew Dude Chris. Thank you so much for hanging out. I do want to. Got a couple of guys in the mix. I do want to let you guys know. And I probably have said this before. I apologize for you guys know me. I'm all over the place trying to figure out the bigger picture. Trying to look from 4,000 feet high and see the bigger picture and stuff. But no, I do want to try to hit more Big Red. I feel like I've said this before. I apologize. I probably sound like a big fat retarded broken record. But no, definitely the plan is to hit a more regular Big Red in the morning schedule. And I realized one of my problems is like I need to set a uniform start time. I just need to set a uniform start time. So now I don't know if I'm going to be banging out 4-hour streams every day, but I would like to establish a much more regular vibe of, you guys every day from my time 4 to like 1-ish, you get yourself some Big Red. Every day for about 2-3 hours, you get a little bit of Big Red. It could be your daily talk show, and I like that shit. So, you know what it was? I was really bad at keeping a regular schedule and stuff like that because it's like knowing what I want and then knowing the best way to do it was always. I love to overthink things, so it was always like a big puzzle to me. And but I'm realizing I realized the thing to do is know what I want and then just do it on the medium that'll allow me to do it and do it the best way possible. Because I was promote it more on panties. Trouble finding it the first time, not gonna lie. Might be because I'm retarded. Well, it is, yeah. I mean, I do want to bring it up more. I wasn't doing it as regular and consistent in the past, so I wasn't bringing it up as much. But yeah, I'm trying to make it a daily thing, like Monday through Friday, and then Saturday if I'm free and I don't have shit to do. But yeah, it's always in the description on panties. That's the thing. It's always in the description. And but oh hell yeah, new Crack Amico song, nice. No, I feel for you, brother. I do make it sometimes. I've been learning that over the years. Sometimes I make it a little bit hard for people to find my shit, which has definitely hurt me over the years. But yeah, it should be in the descriptions of the pods. Let me double check real quick, actually. Because if I go on Spotify and I look up PITM. Now, in my defense, I do make it easy to find the links of stuff. So maybe you are a little retarded. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's in the description of the pod. Because that's what I listen on. Yeah, it's in the description of the pod on Spotify. You know what I mean? So it is right there for you to get it. So maybe you're just a stupid piece of shit. No. But yeah, man, just look out from look out. Yeah, just look out behind you.
Look out. We're right behind you.
But no, I think I'm gonna do more regular, like I was saying before, just like a midday talk show, playing a little bit of music, bringing more guests on. We'll always secure Pat for Pat George Fridays till he dies. He has
Even
to.
If it's Saturday.
He has to, or I'll shoot him with a gun.
No, that's not true.
Now I just want to. It was kind of funny too, because like I realized it where one of the big reasons I wanted to do Big Red in the morning is because I just missed, like we were talking about before, like radio. Because like I always said radio playoffs, radio. No, I always said about like radio chose to die. Now, after watching that video where they were talking about the fucking Communications Act of '96 and stuff, I go, oh, maybe it got fucking maybe it was like No Country for Old Men got a fucking thing to the head. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it didn't actually. So, but I was like, I have the ability to create a radio show the way I want to make it. So I think that's what that's sort of the game plan going forward with Big Red in the Morning. It's going to be the radio show you wish the government didn't fucking kill because of bullshit.
Yeah, man.
Goddamn laws.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Fucking-
and then we're gonna play fucking lots of good tunes. And yeah, man, look at this natural just segue into drag. Like that's crazy. We did that, dude. That's insane that we did that, dude. Can I start
Yeah.
the tone off? Can I start the tone off real positive?
Yeah, go ahead now.
Brother, so today we're talking about GWAR. I apologize. What's the name of the album?
War Party.
War Party.
War Party.
Great idea for a party. Do a little bit of war.
Love the War Party.
Yeah. You ever been at a party, you look in the corner and you're like, man, what if we could just
You're like,
do
bring back the bombs.
What if we just do a little genocide? A little quick genocide.
God, I would have loved to see what they would have done with Trump.
That's a good question. But dude, I'm gonna just start off positive on a very specific detail. GWAR, very moshable. Oh my god,
one of my favorite moshes.
It's. I'm just watching them like, dude. I gotta be honest, because this is what happened to me. I wonder if now it might be like is it GWAR's fault? Is it the human race for not being open enough? But dude, I gotta be honest. The whole outfit situation and the whole like, oh, if you go to the live show, you're gonna get covered in blood. It like, not that doesn't rule.
And come.
I'm trying to express this in the right way to not sound negative, because I came out of this week really loving GWAR and actually really wanting to get into more GWAR. But like the sort of elevator pitch of GWAR undersells how fucking like fun and punk rock and hardcore and just dope the music is.
Yeah,
because it's like if a band that just like, I don't know, if a band that just looked like a regular punk band was playing these type of songs, it would fit in just as well. Maybe the silly lyrics might stick out where what was it? He was just the second song where he just keeps calling women's pussies sewage or something like that.
That's Womb with a View. That's one of my favorite. That song, no lie, gets stuck in my head like once a month. Your womb is my nua. Your womb is a sewer.
Yeah. It's, you know what it is for me with the funny stuff, because that was a big reason I avoided GWAR for a long time. Is I'm not a fan of like intentionally funny music. I don't hate it, because like, you know, we've talked about before. I love Lil Dicky, pause, and I grew up going to see Weird Al like 2 or 3 times live and stuff. So I'm a like, but it's not my go-to.
Yeah,
it's not what I go out of my way to fucking explore. And I was listening to GWAR, and when I first listened to him, I go, all right, the lyrics are dumb, and this is kind of like not that funny, but the music's so fucking good that, and I'm not a big lyric guy anyway, so I'm enjoying it. And so then I'm listening to it, and then a couple times I'm like, all right, it is kind of funny that they call pussy sewage. And it like, this is a band that really grew on me. It took a while, but it grew on me.
Yeah. I think it was love at first sight with me. I think if you understand GWAR, you understand me a lot better, because like I think it shaped, much like I was talking about this with like NoFX, of like in their lyric writing and their like it's very specific with NoFX, where like they were somebody that I connected with like because of the energy and the execution of NoFX, where it's not taking really anything too seriously, but there were very clear themes, and something where like writing songs, using songs as misdirects, using like lyrics as like you have punchlines and shit like that, not disses or anything like that, but like legitimately like funny punchlines.
Mm-hmm.
This is another band that like execution wise, not only do they give you those, but they also give you something like a whole stage performance and then a whole world. This was inspired by our Kiss episode, where like I was just actually watching an interview on GWAR's Instagram, an interview they posted with somebody that's involved with the band, and they were saying like, yeah, you look at bands like Kiss and that, and they're like, they're these fucking dumbasses. These guys suck. And then they do something like this, and they're like, it's so much more, because like that's the hill that I'm gonna die on. Is GWAR should be getting the shine that Kiss gets because they're doing the work that deserves that appreciation. Like if GWAR puts out, and it's actually made me. They have a book out. Speaking of, hey, get this, dumbass. No, you came out with the book thing. Guess what? I there's a new book that I want to buy, and it's by the band GWAR, and I'm gonna do it because I want to support them. And there's lots of pictures in it.
Yeah, and you know how you found out about the book? Because I fucking sent it to you.
Oh yeah,
yeah, you dumbass.
Oh yeah, give it back. Hold on. Yeah, give it back. Come on, give me another one. I get an extra one. Not just the one I gave you, but you got to give me an extra one because I really did not remember that.
I told you about.
I know.
That's why I got so excited when you were about to get into my shit. I was like, he forgot I said that to him.
I did.
But yeah, no.
I'm not gonna. I honestly can't really afford it right now. So if you guys want to get it for me, I'll.
If you want to join
I'll
the
put it on my
Patreon.
shelf. I'll look at it. No, there's a this.
Dumbass! I owed you one. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
I didn't want to forget.
I needed it. No, there's a thing with GWAR where like it's not just nostalgia, dude. Like this was I was so happy to experience this. Like this is to me how I think like basketball fans would think of like getting to see like witness like LeBron in real time, Jordan in real time, Kobe in real time. Like if these were the guys that you got to grow up watching, or you kind of like were becoming a fan because of like they did so much more than I thought. And it's like they had said, I think I've seen this band more than any other band. This band may have been like underneath it all, like the most influential, even though I've never really acknowledged them as one of my favorite bands. I even have a GWAR tattoo. Do you ever know that? This is a GWAR tattoo.
Oh no, I've never seen that far up on your arm.
Yeah, dude. Like and legitimately, it was one of the easiest decisions I've ever made. Like,
can I say this as a good friend of yours? Go to the gym, dude. No, sorry. I'm sorry. It was just right there.
You really want to tug at that string, Andy?
No, I mean, go and then give me a 1-day pass.
Can I get a ride?
Yeah, can I come? Can you sneak me into the gym?
Hey, we give it and we get it. Okay, we do both, and we're good sports here. I'm sorry.
Please don't tug at that string because my belly will show if you do.
As your friend, what did you want to ask? I'm sorry.
No, I never thought about it until now. But yeah, if you go like, what's Pat like? I go, listen to GWAR and NoFX, and then
that's it.
Just do that.
Yep,
do that. Like that. GWAR and NoFX is like a real good encapsulation of Pat.
Anything that I listen to that's like ultra political, like super serious, like Thrice, or even though I love them, to be honest with you, I love their music. I don't know what they're saying a lot of times.
Yeah.
So like I do get it. Like once I found out they were super Christian, I stopped looking into it because I was like, I don't want to. That's another string I don't want to pull it. But there's certain things where I'm like, I just like how the art makes me feel. Okay, guys. Yeah. But like with something with GWAR, where like they're like the industry that they kind of built DIY. Like seriously, they had no real mainstream success. The move, I don't know how much Googling or how much research in GWAR you did, but like the fact that they have whole like kind of like movies they've made, one of them being Phallus in Wonderland, which is all about Odorus's penis being missing and then goes on trial, and then it's a whole, his penis is actually an alive thing. You'll find out at the shows. Well, not anymore. And that was the other thing. I tried again during this whole week.
You mean because they have a lady singer now and it's just not the same?
No, it's a big fat guy now.
Oh, they got rid of the lady?
Yeah, I think the lady was just temporary. She was somebody who was playing Slyminstra, who is a character that would fill in, essentially. She was filling in. But it's that big fat guy now. So I listened to them live. They had a newer release that's called Lot Lizard.
You know what's funny? Now I'm realizing, because I remember when you first brought up we talked about this a while ago, and you brought up Lot Lizard. I was like, Pat's getting real worked up about this. And now knowing how much you like GWAR and now knowing how good GWAR is, because like GWAR's so much more than I gave them credit for. Because I just thought they were like, oh, they have a cool live show and they probably just do straightforward like metal music. And it's like, dude, if you listen to I listened to a couple albums.
Yeah, you said you liked Scum Dogs of the Universe, I think.
Yeah, the second one. And because what I've been doing too with these bands, especially too if I make a video reviewing an album or something, and it's these bands that have like GWAR is like 15 albums. And like I was thinking about it like on here where it's like I'm gonna talk about this band I don't really listen to. I'm gonna at least skim through a couple albums and listen to like 4 songs off of each album.
Same,
and like I was like, dude, the first album sounds like a Black Flag album,
right? Yeah, it's crazy, right?
And then the second one is a little bit more hardcore, almost like if the Dead Kennedys didn't go as noodly on the guitars. I was like, they used to be like a punk rock band.
Did you hear what was it? Saddam A Go-Go? Did you hear that? You skimmed through the one with horns in it?
That's like their 3rd or 4th album, right?
Yeah. They have this thing where like you're right, like that's why I was saying last week where like I think they deserve a lot, or maybe it was when we were texting of like saying like that they I think deserved way more credit from the punk community. They were like they definitely merged into thrash metal, stuff like that, and they definitely had slower kind of corny songs every once in a while, but like brother, they're just the slow corny songs now. And on that release, I tried to give that another listen, and I'm like, it's just because like that's it. There's a song called Bloody Mary that they do. They're like Bloody Mary, but there's probably a lady that's up there that's probably Virgin Mary that they're like crucifying or something like that. You know what I mean? Like they have a theme with it. But maybe they don't always just translate on record. But like this era of GWAR was my favorite because they turned into this like thrash metal, like space alien fucking like one of the song and I think it's Crostica or maybe it's Bring Back the Bomb live. When I was listening to the live, there's a live album that they did live at Mount Fuji, and it's I think it's like a Kiss live album. but I think it's a live performance that I think the crowd has been sweetened a little bit, that they make it sound like there's like a huge arena, that the thing like never changes. But I do think it is them recorded live playing. You know what I'm saying? So but like before it, he's talking about being a homosexual gay lover with Osama bin Laden.
Nice.
and he's like I was that dedicated to finding him. He's like, but I found love. And like but then he comes out, and when he comes out, the voice that they have playing is just this thing going
like from the Wild Thornberries.
Yeah, that's just like this crazy thing. I'm like, and then they commence to killing him, and it's a thing of like the performance live, both of them, because the Lot Lizard release that they put out on Spotify, the newer GWAR thing, they play. There's like 5 live tracks on this release, and they're all classic GWAR songs.
Yeah.
And I go, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen to these. And I go, oh, they are playing the ones that he can handle, and they're not the metal generation. They're going for classic before the metal swing, like the full, if I may, the full metal swing that GWAR took in the early 2000s that I got to experience live. But like that, this is them kind of going like, because that was the thing. I remember my buddy being really upset about GWAR putting out, there's a Violence has Arrived is like their first kind of main like thrash metal song where they're not all just goofy fun songs. There's like way more serious. There's like, it's equal, even though the subject matter is still serious. It's not like fucking an animal, like where they're like boing, boing, you're bouncy and stuff like that. It's still got the GWAR punk feel, but it's like, more metal core essentially.
Yeah. Can I ask this question about So like with GWAR, I'm assuming it's a situation where like is like who's the lead singer who passed away?
Otorisa Dave Brocky.
Dave Brocky. Was he like the main songwriter of GWAR?
I don't know if he wrote like the music or if it was like kind of a like he didn't play any instruments on stage, but he was the lead singer and vocalist. So like I think he wrote all the lyrics and
he was probably like the main creative force of like the GWAR image.
Yeah.
Okay, so if he didn't write the music, he probably did a huge job at like curating the sound and stuff.
Yes.
And
yes, exactly. The standard has, in my opinion, fallen back down. It got up to this point where it was a well-oiled machine under his watch kind of thing, and like since he's been gone, understandably, it's changed, but it's changed to I think where they're trying to tap into the classic fandom and continue the legacy and continue the process because in my opinion, and I don't know how many other GWAR fans share this thought, and I would still be willing to see them live and give them a shot, but like to me, this part, like War Party, was released when I was like right in the middle of my fandom, and I was like, this is incredible. I don't know if they ever have necessarily a peak because they kept growing over time, and I think that's the thing is instead of continuing to grow or even stay where they were, I feel like the band has regressed, and that's my like.
Well, it sounds like they need to just like be, GWAR. Like, hey, we'll do the greatest hits when it's an anniversary. We'll do this full album.
So,
really quick. The thing I wanted to get to is because I was really struck with how actually good GWAR was. Not like that sounds shitty, but you know what I mean. Like just with my sensibilities and their general image. I just I kind of took them for granted, and I was like, this probably isn't for me. And I was like, GWAR's cool because like who doesn't like GWAR?
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are probably like me, where they're just like, yeah, but that's probably just like they're doing silly shit. I'm gonna go listen to my fucking gay ass emotional music, and so I'm listening to it, and I'm realizing like the music's really really good, but like lyrically. Like, I guess what I'm trying to get at and why I was asking how much he wrote the music. And I just get a vibe that the dude who's organizing this is actually like a very intelligent person.
Yeah.
Because it has the same energy of like a prog rock band where you have this like aggressively well-written GWAR's not super complicated, but like prog rock, you'll have like the really complicated music and it's like very intelligent, well written, and intricate, and all this other shit. And then it's like, well, what's that song about? It's like, well, so this space warrior, he went to a different galaxy, and it's like, because that's what I was realizing. Like, GWAR gets a certain type of image because they lean into the grotesque nature of that. But like, dude, every Coheed song's about like a guy fighting an intergalactic battle. It's like Coheed is like just less silly GWAR. You know what I mean? Like, and I really think a lot of people take GWAR for granted purely off of the image.
And that's why if like me personally, yes, that was my peak GWAR was early 2000s through like maybe even 99, because the one that I showed you, We Kill Everything, the album that I sent you, was the first one that I ever bought by them. And I remember being like, literally the first song on that album is Baby Raper.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's a thing where you're like, but like, it's a catchy song. It's like they're so to answer your question real quick, Dave Brocky, the lead singer, was a guy who grew up in Virginia, and GWAR was originally kind of a art school sociology kind of project. It was he was an art school kid that wanted to essentially experiment to see like with like shock rock, like see how crazy it could get, but then also was like found a lane where he was like, it wasn't just like at one point, yes, they were kind of the gimmick and the shock value, and then they built on it appropriately. So like when they get this reputation, and they kind of go like you said, their first album being America Must Be Destroyed, like that the album title or something like that is
their first album's Hell
yeah, and then there's like This Toilet Earth,
Yeah.
America Must Be
Well,
Destroyed.
the titles are just so fun. Actually, America Must Be Destroyed was very good too.
Like
Because that's the thing.
they're all good for their own thing, like, you know what I mean? But they're very
Yeah.
experimental and they're very artistic in the sense of like there's like no real inhibitions and kind of nothing is off limits in
Yeah.
that sense, including genre. They play they play ska type songs, horns. They play like
Yeah.
old like shanty songs. They play the song Fish Fuck, which was abbreviated and put on 30 short music for short people. I didn't realize that was a full song until I bought the album I was talking about, We Kill Everything.
Yeah.
That had the full length song, which was a song that was covered on one of the live tracks on this most recent release from GWAR. That like, how do you fuck that song up?
I don't know.
It just bugs me because it's like I feel like they're trying to tap into nostalgia factors but I also understand why, and I want to support the band because of everything that they gave me growing up.
Yeah, you want it to be good, but if it's not good, it's not good.
But he was a very intelligent and very very artistic human.
Because that's what I was getting from listening to this album, where it had like the like vibe, it had the like philosophical energy of like a prog rock album or something like that, or just like not even prog rock specifically, but even akin to something like Primus, because there's like and I realized like that's sort of the direction these bands go, where if they want to be like overly technical and weird and precise, they go the like Coheed or Rush direction.
Yeah.
But if they're more into the extreme and ridiculous, they go GWAR or Thrice or Thrice, Jesus Christ, Primus.
Yeah.
If you want to, or if they're in the milk toast rock and roll direction.
No. Where they're like sailing the seas of cheese. Boom, ding, diggy, boom.
Yeah, because that's
you're like, what the fuck is this? You're like, but also like, don't turn it off. I want to see what's
that's the funny thing. Yeah, that's the funny thing about Primus is like the lyrics are like, this is a song about pussy. Pussy. Shit dirt road. Also talk about buttholes. Ha ha ha. But like just by the general vibe, but I think what's that dude's name?
Which one?
Les
Dave Rocky?
Claypool?
Oh, Les Claypool, yeah.
But just with the general nature of that, even though he's singing about pussies and buttholes, you're like, this guy comes off as like overly intelligent, because I think there's two type of intelligent people. I think there's intelligent people that can like work within the system and they like let their abilities flourish within the system. And that's where you get a band like Rush almost, because like no one's offended by Rush.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like the guys in Rush were very smart. That's how you fucking play that music. I think there's dudes like Les Claypool and Dave Brockie and GWAR. I think they look at the world and they go, this whole thing's bullshit.
Yeah.
And like it's all like a like their existence is almost a rejection, because GWAR, like musically it sounds like some stuff I've heard, but it also sounds better than some stuff like I've heard. From a performance standpoint, what band outside of bands inspired by GWAR, what band's live show is like GWAR?
Brother, that's the thing. Why that's why I was like, if I find out GWAR is going to be in my area, I'm definitely going to check them out, because I want to support them. And even still, I'll sing the songs. If they play a song that I love,
you'll throw that on the table for them.
Yeah, I'll go up and I'll, you guys, you want me to handle this one, but like
Pat George, good guy.
But there's plenty of songs like the experience can still be great. But I'm so happy you said that, because brother, I was even though I was enjoying revisiting GWAR, not even revisiting, just being able to listen to GWAR and have it be what we're talking about. I did get a little bit of nostalgia, and I wanted to share with you. Check this out. This is this has got to be 2005, I believe. I dug it up from old pictures. Where is it? What the hell? Can I not share that? Just like a window? Oh, open. God damn it. I gotta share the goddamn permissions. My bad, brother.
No, you're good. What is happening?
I got some pictures of GWAR. Hold on, media sharing.
Oh, okay.
I'll do file sharing. Go on now.
Are you trying to share your screen?
Yeah. Well, no, my the picture. I got
Yeah. Well, if you go to the share thing and you click on entire screen, I think you'll be able to, rather than like the actual tab.
Yeah.
You'll be able to share your screen that the picture's on.
Unable to share screen. God damn it.
Do you want to send it to me?
Yeah, I'll send it to you in the private chat.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a
you just read it. Unable to send in private chat. Fuck.
Motherfucker. But yeah, it's a really interesting.
Where is the private chat?
Yeah, I thought where the hell was it?
Oh.
God damn it.
I actually don't know where it is.
You don't know where it is?
Oh, here it is. Oh,
where?
Shut the fuck up.
What are you, stupid?
What are you, stupid fuck? I don't know if you could send it through the can you send a picture there?
I don't know. In stream? Should I hit that?
You send my how about you send my you want to fucking send my dick into your mouth?
I can invite guests. Can I do that? Should I do that?
Should I it says share bank account info. Should I do that?
Yeah, should I send my social? How do I do that? How do I send it to you?
I don't know. Send it to me. Can you send it on Instagram?
Yeah, hold on. I can.
Are you showing old pictures of seeing GWAR?
Yeah, but they're actually surprising. Like these are from like a disposable camera, and this is at. I was gonna wait till we brought it up.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, it's in the Drive Your Life folder on the drive. So
Google?
you can Google Drive. If you go to Google Drive, no, the one that I would share. Remember the one that I would share? Here, I'll send it to you.
Oh yeah. Through the email.
Drive Your Life folder. I'll send that to
you. Yeah, through gmail.com, right?
Yeah. Let me send that to you.
Thank you. Hell yeah.
I think there might be one double, but there's a bunch in there.
One big thing I noticed about like I can't undersell the just like the fun nature of all the music, just on like a pure musical level. The like general fun nature of all these songs. It was because I was like I was telling you before, for like the longest time, it was just a vibe of like, oh yeah, you go see GWAR, they'll play like whatever metal songs, and then you just like, but it's like, oh, they're covered in blood and stuff like that. And I was like, damn, because I wonder how much, because that was another thought I had about. Okay, enough stalling. I actually pulled it up. It doesn't matter what I was saying. No. I do actually want to get into the thing I was setting up, but I just want to see if I'm like, am I going to share any bad info if I just show the? No, okay, we're good. But yeah, so all right. So should I start top to bottom?
It doesn't really matter. I don't think they're kind of all the. There's one that's really cool. Yeah, this is so that's, I believe, Techno Destructo that's coming out. This one is blocked by a hand, but like that's just like a. This is at the Masquerade in Ybor. It's now, I think, the Ritz, or it changed to the Ritz a couple years later.
Oh, okay.
But like, yeah, this one's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Brother, like that, and these guys. This is 2005, probably maybe 2004, and like this is prime, in my opinion, prime fucking GWAR, dude.
How big is this room?
It's, I don't know.
How many bars?
There is. Hold on. No, you're right. I have to actually remember. I have to repicture the room. I think there's one at the back of this room.
Yeah.
And then there's another one. There's like a merch thing over here, and then there's another bar in the other room. If I remember correctly. Yes, there is. There's another other bar that has merch. The merch isn't in there. Yeah, that's Odorous in his sword. That's Beefcake the Mighty.
I love how homoerotic it is.
Brother, he's got a humongous penis that he shoots green cum all over the whole crowd.
That rules.
Like, and you know what my favorite is? When they bring out like a gun that shoots people, or he's like they're simulating shooting the crowd or anything like that. They have this big machine gun, like a turret gun that he's shooting. And this is us meeting Beefcake the Mighty. This is my buddy Ben and Robert.
Pat, that's a guy. That's not
brother. That's him. That's him out of. He had this big Pee Wee Herman tattoo. Super sweet guy. It's not the greatest quality picture, but that's me with the cabbie hat right next to him. I don't know if you could tell.
Yeah, he looks like he's about to groom you.
He probably was grooming it. He did show us a Pee Wee Herman tattoo, so that makes sense.
Nice.
But and I think that was the same night that. Oh yeah, that's just Andy from Every Time I Die.
And that's Andy from Every Time I Die.
I was actually at a bar in Pennsylvania. My buddy said, "Hey, Every Time I Die is playing at this bar," and I said, "No way, you're fucking lying." And he's like, "Oh," I was like, "Prove it. Take a picture of him." And he sent me that picture.
That's such a funny thing. Every Time I Die would never be playing at a bar in Pennsylvania.
He was literally, yeah, and I was like, "Oh wait, I didn't think." Well, I was just like, I hate this guy so much that I was just like, "There's no way you know who Every Time I Die is." But he's like,
"Yeah, you're like, you don't know cool shit. You're a dickhead.
You suck, and I hate you." And he sent me that, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's awesome." I was like,
the-
"Oh cool, a personalized Andy Williams middle finger picture just for me."
That does rip pretty fucking hard. No, the thing I was gonna say about GWAR, I was kind of wondering where I was like, because I'm trying to think of a good analogy, but I feel like bands like GWAR, I wonder how much of their audience is just there for the like, yeah, shoot green, come on me, and it's like you almost gotta wonder, you're like, do you guys know how good this music is?
Yeah.
Do you appreciate? Because like I was saying before, I think about it as, because you know me, I love to get in the pit. I love to move my body, let the music get in me and move my body. Pat, you know this about me.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I actually GWAR shows probably don't have the best mosh.
Oh, are you kidding me? Oh my goodness, no, you were
good mosh.
Wonderful mosh. And you know what?
Ooh.
So my thought was, it's so funny. I've been because of a lot of times I'll think or write in while I'm driving, and I'll have a really good thought, and I'll go to write it in my notes, and I'll almost get into a crash, or essentially I don't want to get into a crash, so I'm just like, remember socks, and I'm just like, I don't remember what I was trying to think of about socks. I've been
you don't hit like a voice recording.
That's what I've started doing. Yeah. So I had this. I wanted to make sure I got it. Yeah, that's what it is. So like we always talk about like the danger of shows and really loving like that, the feeling of like, a real experience of like a mosh or like fucking whatever it is. Like no bumpers, like no fucking pussies. Let's just fucking fuck it up and have a great time. Well, look out for each other, but like, let's fuck it up.
Don't, no sucker punching, but go crazy.
Yeah. Let's go nuts. So like, let's
get a drink after the show. Let's not go back to our wives.
And then something like GG Allen, right? Like we all like think that's cool, but then like both of us kind of come to that realization, I think. And most people when they get older are like, I would love to have experienced that, but I don't want to get shit on. GWAR is the perfect experience where you're like,
I get shit on.
I can go and like, you're going to like, well, you're not going to shit on me. No, but we do have this brown water. And I go, where's it coming out of? And they go, the Pope's ass. And you go, give it to me. Come on. Yeah. And they're like, but how are you going to deliver it? They're like, well, the blast beats are going to match the timing of the machine gun. So it's going to go and like they're going to be shooting diarrhea all over the crowd. And you're like, yeah. Do I want cum on me thrown on me ever? No. But like, is it green cum of a space alien penis? Then yeah, give it to me, daddy. Woo! Because it's crazy. And it's like, it's this crazy, absurdist, like it's the most impressive, incredible performance art. And like it's way better than it needs to be. And that's the thing. The thing I appreciated about GWAR was like I could appreciate them just by listening to them. Yes, the visuals can help the songs, but they learned at the era that I started becoming a diehard GWAR fan, they were learning that we can't rely on the visuals not everybody is going to come out to see us because maybe the reputation is crazy. Where they're like, they squirt blood on you. Oh no.
Yeah.
This is actually really cool from the from Sidewalk Toes. His band director had a shirt covered in fake blood from when he saw GWAR in high school framed in his office. I kind of wish I had kept. I remember one of that album that you sent me, Scum Dogs of the Universe. I bought that. I think it was that album design as a T-shirt for one of the first times. And see, my thing is, you always buy a white shirt. You wear the white shirt to the show. You bring that, so it does get, because at a certain, it never really stained like crazy unless you actually preserved it. It did kind of wash out. So like, they were somebody that was considerate of, like, way more considerate than a band like ICP, where they're like, it's probably going to be a nightmare for you guys to clean this shit up. But like, we appreciate you being here, so we're going to make this water soluble.
Well, that's why I always thought about like the ICP show, where I was like, it, like, the rowdy nature of it is fun, but I'm like, you're covered in soda.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
you're just like sticky, and because like you're just sticky and uncomfortable now.
But think about the era that my number one, like, I got to see them pretty much once a year for probably like 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
Like straight. And if not more, but like, and other times than that. But like the run that I went on, brother, I got to see GWAR go on tour with the Casualties. I got to see GWAR go on tour when they were on tour with Every Time I Die. I got to see.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Brother, I got to, that was unfortunate because that was the one that was, they were only one show separated from their memorial show for their guitar player that died like weeks before, and they had to continue going on tour because it's again, it's a business and they have to, like,
that's crazy.
They're kind of relying. I would assume that, like, they were like, hey, he would want us to keep going, and also like we kind of have to.
It's like, yeah, that shit happened. I mean, it happened to the lead singer of Kubla Khan. His dad passed away and he went home for like a week, but then he just went back out on tour. But it's a mixture of all those things where you're like, you're like, what am I going to do? Sit at home and be sad. And also they would have want me to go back out. So it's like, I get why bands go right back out on tour.
The best thing about it is they would like build their sets, their tours based on, like, they would have a theme, because obviously they would have the main person they would have to fight at the end, but they would also have like the other people that would come out, and then they would go. They would basically be their like lead into songs. So like they would have the current political leader come out, and then they would go like, oh, blah blah blah, and they go like, this guy's trying to start a war, bring back the bombs, boom, and then they start playing. You know what I mean? Like, and then they would.
That's actually a good. Don't lose your thought, but like that's a good. No one ever talks about how do they structure the like jizzing and shitting on you.
So that's the thing, is like, so there was like songs, like back in the day, there was a song called Have You Seen Me? And it's all about missing children. And so they would have singing milk cartons come out onto the stage, and they'd go, have you seen me? And like, it would never really play. If you didn't know that, it wouldn't really play. But like, those are the things, like, they would have that. But then I think they learned later on to say like, okay, we're going to talk about censorship in this next song. So we're going to bring out a congressman or something, like, and like they would have people that were so like most likely people that were in political, like people knew nationally. So like, again, like they would bring out the president, they'd bring out presidential candidates that were particularly shitty or weird. I think like they've done Mitt Romney before, popes, terrorists like Osama bin Laden or something like that.
They did. It's so I saw that Libs of TikTok lady. She was sipping on the dumb bitch juice, and she was like, "Look what they're doing to Donald Trump," and it's like, they did that to Biden, they did that to Obama, they did that. Yeah, it's like that's the thing they do. Stupid.
And they would come out and they would just do a crazy. So, but then that would go into like a theme of songs. So like, as far as like the jizzing and shitting and stuff like that, there would be, maybe there's like a love story. Like, so like I said, there's a lady that would come out, Sly Menstra. She was a character of theirs. Like maybe she would come out and provoke him, or maybe he's like, oh, it really turns me on when I think about the whole human when I think about genocide or something. and he's just like, oh, I think I'm gonna, and then they would do a song where it's about coming or fucking or something like that, and he would jizz all over the crowd. And then the blood would come out of, like, you know, again, if they cut somebody's head off or crucified him or something like that. So there was, Hitler. They've killed Hitler plenty of times. Skinheads.
All right. Well, that's where I draw the line.
But they have all these things, and like they would build these sets. So when I got to see them with Every Time I Die, they had changed the theme of that show to now, instead of fighting whatever force they were fighting, they're now fighting death, because death, you're a fucking dickhead and you're a piece of shit. And they were like, essentially, they had changed the theme.
Because death took their friend. That's
right. And
that's really creative.
Right. And they were like, he got taken back into space too soon. You piece of shit, death, you cocksucker. Like, and that was the enemy during that show. And like, one of the slaves, that was like one of the people that helps move the costumes and stuff, was filling in on guitar. Actually, no, they only had one guitar, which was actually kind of crazy. I was like, I was thinking, I remember telling Dom, I was like, you know, I know they're all like sad and everything right now, but like, they don't have a guitar. They don't have a fucking guitar tech that can kind of like go out there.
Be really better if there was like a fuller sound. Like, I know
or if they were enslaving him to like play guitar. They're like, now fill in, you piece of shit, and if you fuck up, we'll kill you. You're like that, like that. That's how they pivoted. And I was like, that's so fucking. That would be so interesting to see.
How did he die?
I think he just died in his sleep. I think it was like a heart attack or like a heart thing. He died.
And then they went out on tour, what, like a week after that?
I think they did I think they had like a show that night, and it's some of the most depressing footage I've ever seen. Is them like trying to get through a show like that. He had just passed away.
Don't do that.
And then
a couple days later, sure. Day of.
Brother, it was so interesting. And that was one of the most interesting things. So like the vibe of the show in general was just a little weird. The venue was the first time I had ever been to there, but like it was still a very memorable and entertaining show.
Yeah.
And like I felt special being there, because it was like, this is a weird once in a lifetime thing. Like,
oh fuck, I completely missed that. You were at it. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was at that show. So like,
sorry, I totally missed that part. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, and it was, and that was a tour with Every Time I Die. I've seen them on tour with Cancer Bats. I've seen like every time I've seen GWAR has been in the same incredible, wonderful experience, and I wouldn't change it for a life. So that's my only hesitation seeing them now, but I still want to support them, because I realize this.
Taste in your mouth.
Think about this, brother. Think about how long Queen was still like doing shit, kinda, but after Freddie Mercury died, like they weren't like, I don't think they were super active or anything, but like,
are they the ones with Adam Lambert right now?
That's what I'm saying. Think about how long it took them to find, and how good Adam Lambert is at filling in that position.
Yeah.
Like he is like, he's not Freddie Mercury necessarily, but like he's got the same fucking energy. And I wish they would have found somebody I wish I had the ability to fill in for Odorous. Like I wish I had that range and that like, because like I have the appreciation, and I would love to work for GWAR and to like help, because they've done so, like literally they've done so much for me. I paid for the tickets, obviously, every time, but like they
feel like you haven't paid for them.
Well, actually,
the way you said that makes me feel like you haven't paid for them, Pat.
I'm trying to think if I'm like, wait, or like how many of those were like me going like, Mom, can I get GWAR tickets? But yeah, still, you know, there's plenty of times like that. But and how many times I went into some of the most dangerous parts of Tampa to see this band, and like didn't even think of it, and how much I appreciate the work that the band does, and like, and the fact that honestly, when you sent me that, like how much you were loving listening to them and like appreciating them, and it like, that's all I ever asked, because I had to deal with that as a fan, because I was experiencing it real time, like them kind of becoming this metal band instead of this like weird, like just a joke band. Like they were never really meant to be just a joke, and they never were. But when they did get more of a serious sound, people were like, what, they aren't joking around anymore? And it's like, no, they're doing both. They're ripping and they're fucking roasting, baby. Like they're like fucking doing everything.
Well, they're the like, they're in my opinion, they're like the perfect balance of like the smart guy band that's like being silly at the same time.
Right.
because I said it before, but they encapsulate it so well where the music is top notch. It's very well written, and it's very it's like it's very well written. It's fun. If any band played that at a show, you'd be like, oh, this is a fun band. And then just on top of that, they just like it does, getting into on surface level, it has this ability to write it off real easily, because you're just like, if you're not thinking about it, it's just like, oh, they're just shock value shit. But then it's like the more you consume it and the more you understand the people behind it, you're like, it is kind of this like big, like prolific statement. And it's this like big, weird, it's this like big, weird rejection of everything normal shown in an outrageous way, but still showing you like it can be good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the thing is it's not just gimmick. Like I said, we've talked about gimmick bands in the past, like gimmick bands that are better than they should be. And this is a band that's like, they weren't just a gimmick band. This was a whole realization by Dave Brockie and a world built by these guys and all these people being so dedicated. Like, the comedian Sonia Z back in Philly.
Yeah.
She told. I remember I talked to her once about she's also a fan of GWAR. She actually has been fed to the maggot on stage. They have this big maggot puppet that's kind of in the drum riser, and like when they play the song Maggots, they then have like anybody that gets on stage, they like lead them in and they get them fed to the maggot during the song. It's so fucking cool. Something that I never, for some reason, never thought. Obviously, well, for no reason. Obviously, we know why. I'm not crowd surfing in. I can't climb. My fat fucking little dumb fucking ass. So like I'm like literally that me getting those when I got close enough that I probably could have gotten on stage. I was like, I want to take a picture. But I'm really happy I did because
move your hand. Get out of the way.
Yeah. Stop rocking, stupid. But like
GWAR, what the sorry, I cut you off.
No, I'm just saying like that's like a thing where I never felt like I could have done that. And I would also feel like I would fuck it up, but I always loved going to GWAR shows. And it always, when I always mention like how punk is like, oh yeah, punk's whatever you want to be, except for like, wait, who would you vote for? What? Wait, do you support these projects? And like, and it's also, and it was never supposed to be that. And GWAR never did that. They never got politicized. They never fucking stopped singing about like controversial shit or like doing shit that they were like they were always showing that kind of thing. And like I feel like Odorous, when he passed away, that being like, because that was the other thing was I didn't necessarily love the last release that GWAR put out before he passed away. I think it was Battle Maximus, and it was like it was good, but like listening to that compared to the newer version of GWAR that I really don't like, which I did try their full-length album, their most recent releases, all this other stuff, and I'm like, I even though I don't love this GWAR album, I still like it. It's still GWAR. It's still, you know what I mean? Like this, I'm like,
still better than
I don't like these songs. I don't like anything that's happening. Like, it's like it maybe there's this, but War Party, Violence Has Arrived, even kind of there's a song Lust in Space is another album and that's like a newer one that's like it's fucking good. And they were doing what Every Time I Die did near the end of their run, where it was like they're getting crazy better, and it's like, but they're also keeping the identity of like killing shit, squirting blood, cum, and piss all over the crowd and shit like that. And it's like it's all the best parts of GG Allin with none of the real actual actual hepatitis.
Yeah, GWAR is an interesting thing too, because like it like a big thing I've always been curious about is like I think musically I have really good taste in music. Or if I like something that I know is not for everyone, I'm really good at acknowledging like, well, no, I understand why people don't like this. But if I'm like, I feel like I have really good taste in music. If I'm suggesting shit to people, they're going to go like, oh, that was actually pretty good. And it's like, the thing that has always perplexed me where like, obviously music's subjective and music's opinionated, but I would be hard pressed. It's like the average music listener. It's like, do we all really think what's selling the most records are the best bands? And it always makes me curious because, we were talking about it earlier in the stream. There's a lot of behind the scenes shit that, whether it's the government or these record companies are doing payola and all this shit, that they're definitely fudging the numbers. But it's a two-way street. It's like you can do all this nefarious shit, but there has to be a group of people that fall for all the nefarious shit. You and me, luckily, I don't know if this comes off as pretentious. You and me, luckily, don't get, it's why bands like GWAR and like Every Time I Die and stuff are our favorite bands. It's because that stuff doesn't have as big of an effect on us. We're more just looking for good music.
Yeah.
But it always makes me curious because it's like everyone, maybe not like in the mainstream, but it's like everyone knows GWAR. And it always makes me fascinated why a band like GWAR, because you are making a good point, is like no one dislikes GWAR, but they don't get the respect musically that they should.
Right.
From both
communities.
And
that's the thing.
And I'm always very fascinated with what is it about human nature that just like, you see the do you see the superficial ass? And honestly, I'm saying this from like personal experience because I think that's what I was doing the whole time. But it was like I made those decisions in my 20s and just never thought about it again. But like it is kind of it's very fascinating about the human brain that makes you go, I'm gonna skip GWAR, but I'm gonna go to like whatever the version of any of this is.
This is the thing. It's like you see metalheads. This is my point. This is my fucking call out right now. If you call yourself a metalhead and you're not willing to give respect, pay homage to GWAR, the same thing for punk rockers, both equally, because that's the thing is I understand if they weren't a personal like influence on you, I guess, but like you still have to realize when you're sitting there, because you still see it all the time, like metalcore people, or even like after that going like, man, Kiss was the shit, man. I fucking love Kiss, and Kiss is great, and it's all this thing where you're like, but like, dude, you're almost my age. You should have been. Again, we've talked about this. You can get it within. If it came out when you were 8. Perfect. Great. If they were that's because it's like kids bop shit. GWAR is one of those bands that's like they kept the same thing because they're people that wear like they wear like Slayer shirt, or they wear like shirts that have like crazy call out shit on it, like crazy violent shit on it, like crazy other stuff. These guys are fucking turning those songs into ripping fucking metal songs. Yeah. And also like same thing with like even with somebody like Metalocalypse, I feel like they could have thrown GWAR somewhere into that thing somehow. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like this whole thing where like there's not enough support or other shit that I feel like is kind of offered to them. Why didn't they get any kind of animated shit? Why did it take so long for Aquabats to get Yo Gabba Gabba going? And then when they did, they're like, oh, it's one of the biggest hits of all time. It's like,
I think
because these guys are creative and they know what they're fucking doing.
Well, and on top of that, I think people have a real allergy to the funny stuff. Because like when it comes to music, people love taking themselves so seriously. Like I run into it all the time when I talk about. Well, actually, I was talking about that clip I posted on the Big Red in the Morning channel about Nick Fuentes, but I also experience it when I talk about music. God forbid you go on the internet and tell someone their special little boy or their special little band, you're not a huge fan of it. Yeah. It's like it's not that they get mad at you, it's like the way that they get mad at you, because it's like music's a different thing and people tend to take themselves and their music tastes super fucking serious. So I think a lot of times when you throw in the funny shit, people discount it very, very quickly. And then the other thing, because GWAR is more punk rock, they are more DIY. They're not they're not out there going, let me tell you the story. Well, actually, I mean, in their music, there's a story about that. But like the story of GWAR, the band, actually, I'm looking up right now. There's a documentary about it. But let me, I don't know if this is going to be a good point, but I'm going to figure it out.
Send that to me just in case. I don't know if I've seen it or not, but send that to me just in case.
Yeah, sure. No, like, okay, perfect example. When when we were preparing, I remember this because I prepared a little more for the Ramones episode because Ramones was one of my favorite bands, and we were going deep on them. And I watched a bunch of documentaries about it, and you know what I heard? The same fucking thing every time. Because a lot of these bands create the lore, and people just say the lore over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And that's like what it is. It's like people discount the funny shit. And if you haven't, ironically, it's kind of similar to wrestling, like how wrestlers live the gimmick and you like sell the story of the wrestler even outside of the actual ring. Ironically, GWAR's not like yeah, they'll do an interview in costume and shit like that, but they're not like living the gimmick. They're going, here's a cool thing. Take a break from your day and watch this cool thing. Other people are like, no, we're selling you an image and a lifestyle, and you're gonna live vicariously through this. GWAR's going, hey, life sucks. Let's make the next hour fucking awesome.
Puny humans. We're here to entertain you. So just sit back and get ready to be covered in goo, you cunt fucks. You know what I mean? Like when you're just like,
we want to make your day better. Let's shit on you.
Right. And that's that, brother. It's like, it's legitimate. Like, hey, you seen this guy in the news a bunch? Yeah. Well, guess what? We're going to fucking scalp him. We're going to have a great time. And they're like, oh no, he's bleeding all over you guys. Don't worry. He's out of here. And then now we're just here to rock. You know what I mean? Like, it's like one of those things where you're like, it is an escape. It's the best, most pure escape. And they do so much more. Like I said, especially in that era of GWAR, that they could have gone out of costume, but the fact that they were playing the music that they're playing in the costumes that they're wearing, and like, and it's just the direction that it was right place, right time. But it's also like GWAR just felt like one of those bands that was handmade. You know how people feel about Pee Wee Herman?
Yeah.
Like how they have this weird thing where like, I loved Pee Wee growing up and I still really love him. Just like I have that same love for GWAR.
Yeah.
I feel like I grew up listening to them and I loved every second of it. Like every memory I have of them is like a happy one. Even the ones that are like kind of sad. Like I have a lot of really nice, fond memories of them, but also it's so nice that they have the body of work that they do, because I'm hoping that they'll find their Adam Lambert at one time. Somebody that you know what I mean?
I think they can, yeah. No, yeah, man. It's why what I was saying before, it's why I like respect bands like GWAR more, because that's like the more we're getting deeper into this stuff and really analyzing music and the music industry and stuff like that, it is such a big thing where it's like it's what I'm realizing about human nature is like a lot of people want this, but I don't want you to sell me a fucking person to worship. That's like kind of what they're doing. Cause that was we joke. It's like, yeah, Taylor Swift doesn't write that great of music, but it's also not like it's unlistenable. But like I checked out her new album. Legitimately, I'm not trying to be a hater. It's some of the most bland music I've ever fucking heard. It's so fucking boring. And dude, it was kind of funny because I did a workout at Steph's gym, and they chased me with pitchforks, but it was still a fun day.
Yeah.
And
once I finally got in.
Once they tried to stop putting an apple in my mouth.
I'll take the ski mask off. Whatever, you fucking Nazi.
Yeah, they were like, put the apple in your mouth and get in the hole. I go, guys, I'm not a whole pig.
I'm not a whole pig. Stop burying me.
Stop trying to bury me and cook me underground.
Stop putting an apple in my mouth and burying me.
So I was there and they were playing like Taylor Swift the whole time. And one of Steph's friends at the gym who was playing the music, who I'm also friends with, I'm messing with her, just going like, this is the kind of shit you like? This is the kind of shit you're into? I go, no. I mean, that's cool for you. Like, I'm just messing with her.
Yeah.
And she's just like, ha 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 ha. but fucking seriously? And I'm like, no, but like she'll kick my ass if I do this too much. And I'm like, I see it with all these other, like Billie Eilish is another notable one. No beef with Billie Eilish, but like I've tried to listen to her music. I don't know how you listen to her whisper sing for more than 3 songs, but people are fucking upset. And it's because people want to worship someone. They want to worship someone. If you sell them a good enough image, they'll take that in and fucking just internalize it. And it's like, that's why I respect a band like GWAR. They're not like selling you a fucking person to worship. They're going, like I said before, hey man, we're just gonna make the next hour a really fun fucking hour. And that's why it's like they're like fucking wrestling and shit like that. Cause that's what good wrestling does. They're like, yo, dude, life sucks. Get in here, grab a beer, and just fucking let's have fun.
And the point of like also being able to kind of there's people that fill in each position of each band member and stuff, that like giving that opportunity to people. And also like you can either take over this character, or you can build a new character for yourself. Like, you know what I mean? When their guitar player,
it's ever growing. Yeah.
It's like a thing where it's just like this. It really is this beautiful like fucking business, or this whole like community kind of thing of like, you have the people, the stage techs are all acknowledged because they're working really hard to do that. The people that create all the prosthetics and all the implementation and all the shit of like, they're not going crazy out of their way to hide all the tubes and everything, but they're like making it fun. And like you said, like the fourth wall kind of shit of like, it's an escape. Come here, where you're going to come see these crazy space aliens that are going to fucking sing about cocaine, fucking animals, missing children, raping shit, doing war, all this other stuff. And you're going to have a blast. You know what I mean? Like it's really is a fun thing. And I always felt like, as obviously I felt, biased because I'm a diehard fan, but like every time that they're minimalized to just being like, oh, they're that goofy band that whatever. And it's like, no, dude, like I promise there's so much more. And like, and then even going into all the information about Kiss and everything, how they lie once and it's just like this huge, they get all this credit and they just milk it for the entire time and just don't ever add anything to it. And that's obviously that's my opinion, but like with the work that GWAR did and how much they improved over the years and how much I really feel lucky to be able to experience this era of GWAR, especially like basically seeing every time they came to town until Brocky passed away, like being like, oh yeah, I got to really see like a legend. The true like original lineup or whatever, we talk about that all the time about bands and the lineups and shit. Like you really find out he was like the heart of that band. And you're like, damn, that was fucking great to see that. And like, and really being able to enjoy that. And I really do appreciate you acknowledging them being more than that, like being like, because that's really all you want as a fan of this shit. This is the one band that I'm like, I wish I could get everybody to respect them as much as I do. Because I respect GWAR and all of the work that they do. I am a fan, but I also feel like they need acknowledgement for the work that they've put in, especially with like how much people are fucking just losing their shit over Sleep Token because they wear spooky, stupid costumes, barely that probably breathe really well and all this other shit. I've seen them after the show, like with them getting onto the bus and shit. Like again, I was held up with that fucking dude. He was sweaty as hell. That guy, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit is not like, they can make it as functional as possible, but it's still these big platform fucking boots and these goddamn big jaw, like Balzac and the Jaws of Death. Fucking, there's Balzac, there's Beefcake, Odorous, there's Flatimus Maximus.
I'm very curious too, and we should wrap up in a second because I got to go do stuff and I need to
2 more hours.
Eat a bunch of food before I go do stuff, so I have energy for the day.
I need to
and then I have to jerk off. I have to tell my wife I have to take a shit, but I'm really jerking off. No, but I was also this is why I was looking up GWAR documentaries, because I actually want to look into like how, because I'm like looking at that, I'm like, well, they weren't big at first, and they still had all those costumes, and I go, brother, touring with all that fucking extra shit as a small band, had to have been a nightmare. And I'm so fascinated on that because I've looked into like I've heard bands that are just like, yeah, we're a 4-piece band and we go up and we play our instruments, and that sounds brutal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now add costumes and jizz.
Yeah, yeah, fake jizz that you have to travel across state lines with, and be like, what are these jugs? And be like, well,
just explaining it to fucking cops.
Well,
Well, that's a jar of jizz, but it's not
shot out
jizz. It's we should have a dick sword.
I'm gonna have to see the thing that comes out of the what's it come out of? Like, all right, what's this alien penis thing here? It's it's got antennas, and you're like, all right, well, okay. And he'd always have these huge pendulous balls that hung out. Like he would wear a loincloth, but he'd have this big hog and this big fucking hanging balls and shit like that. They all have like these weird, like hilarious, gross aspects to their costumes and shit. Like I just always loved those details that they would have, and like they would put stage shit up. It was really, and also shout out, I know everybody's probably, if you are familiar with GWAR at all or anything, you probably already heard it, but revisit it. And Andy, if you haven't heard it, there is a radio play, essentially a radio station that did GWAR versus the Aquabats, a radio and it's, I think it's like 15-20 minutes, I don't know how long it is it's exactly, but it is one of the greatest things, them battling the Aquabats.
Yeah.
It's exactly why I love both of those bands. And I will never say a bad thing about those bands. And the thing I want to say about I know I've said a lot of negative things about the new GWAR lineup and everything. That's just me. And I've learned now that it's just because I miss what it was. And that's the thing. I don't mean it to say that it's bad. And I will still go see them live. And I'm gonna give them a chance, but it's really hard.
That actually, I hear you, dude. It's super hard. You know what? That's because I was trying to think of like, what's a band that's like GWAR to me, and I couldn't really like think of one. Although I do want to talk about this band eventually. Big D and the Kids Table.
I know them.
I want to talk about at some point, but it can happen whenever. I think, you know what? Because I haven't really dug into them, and I'm another band I'm aware of, but I haven't dug into enough. I'll let you pick the specific record because you know about them more than me, but let's talk about Aquabats next week.
Oh yeah, we got it. Well, we got to go with the classic, I think, Super Red.
Yeah.
I think that's
the Fury of the Aquabats.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's the one. Sorry. It's the one that has Super Red on it. Yeah. Because I really like, I don't hate it necessarily, but their album that came out in 2005, Charge, it's it's very, I love that album. I really do. Unironic, I think it's really good. I love a lot of the Aquabats, but my favorite, and I think the one that I was introduced to first, was 1997's The Fury of the Aquabats. That is the one with Travis Barker as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he is on he's on drum. He should be on the cover here, I think.
I'm looking at their Spotify. I really respect the band calling their first album The Return of. That's fun. I like,
isn't that fun? Is it?
I like that mindset.
I think like there's the lead singer right in the middle, and I think he's the one he's kind of pointing at. I think that's Travis Barker. I believe so.
Yeah, it looks like him.
But yeah, I have gotten to see these guys live too, and I tell you, it is just as, I think it's just as fun as GWAR. I'm obviously partial, but I think they put as much effort.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to go with this for next week. Aquabats return. No, Fury of the Aquabats. What was Ryan Murphy? I think his name was.
That was the last one. That was the last show.
That was the last show, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. I will be back, Big Red in the Morning, on Monday. It's gonna be a good